Welcome to Era of the Consortium. I am here today to run a game for these wonderful people. I'm going to be running a game which sort of focuses and leans into a specific kind of feel. But as anyone who knows Era of the Consortium will know, you can pretty much do any subgenre of sci-fi. What we're going for today is something very specific, but I'm going to let you work it out because I think that'll be more fun. A really, really quick history of the Consortium, and I mean really quick. You can get way more on era-games.com/era-the-consortium/backstory, and I should have thought that through before I wrote it that way, because it's hard to say. The Consortium began with humans traveling 1,000 years away from Earth on a colony ship. It crash landed on a planet called Tyrannus, and humanity gradually spread across the solar system that they'd landed in. They discovered a wormhole that led from that solar system to another nearby solar system. And there they discovered the Eulutians, first contact with an alien race. The Eulutians are a squid-like race who quickly realized that humanity are incredibly xenophobic. So they built human-shaped, water-filled suits so they could better interact with humanity. The Consortium thrived for about 100 years after that, until another wormhole was discovered. That wormhole led to a third solar system, and there humanity ran into the insectoid Simians. The Simians' first contact went rather badly, and the entire first contact crew, humans and Eulutians, were ripped apart by the insectoid aliens due to a misunderstanding. This resulted in a 20-year war. This resulted in a 20-year war, which ended when the humanities torched the Simians' egg chamber and killed all of their children, at which point the Simians surrendered. This might give you an idea that I don't particularly have a super positive, happy clappy version of the future in Era of the Consortium. The Simians surrendered unconditionally, and it took another 50 to 100 years for them to really be accepted into society. I'll let you go read up on the Time of Sorrow on the link that I gave you. I'm not covering that. We are now 200 years later than even that. There have been rises and falls of various groups in power, and the situation right now is that the Consortium, which is both the region of space and also the government of the region of space, has become quite an oppressive regime. It's run by 8 big companies, known as the Big 8, actually, not very creative naming. The Big 8 companies run the Consortium because what they do is they come up with like provisional laws which are then enacted until the Senate of the top 200 companies, which includes those 8, have a vote on it and decide whether it's going to be ratified or not. And then if it's not ratified, it's removed. Well, to be honest, it is incredibly rare for the Senate to actually stop the Big 8 doing almost anything. They squabble a bit too much. They're too divided. The Consortium is a corporate meritocracy. So very quickly, that means that the companies with the highest profit are the ones who are in the Senate. That's what top 200 means. And also top 8. Give you an idea of the difference between a Big 8 company and the other companies. They are the masters of the universe, and that has nothing to do with what was just written in chat, which I'm not going to share. They are the biggest of the Big 8 are the Hayden Bank, which controls all of the money. There are no other banks in the Consortium. Other banks are effectively illegal. Cash transactions are effectively illegal. They're not quite illegal, but you'll be looked into. Smertios Security, which is a very important company, they are the police, and they are also the army, as it were, the navy, the space navy, and the army. In addition, you guys are part of Smertios Security. It's sort of another branch of it. You're the search and rescue division. Smertios Security funds this. You fly around space and you rescue ships that are in distress. That's what you do. Other important companies, Open Technology. That is, it builds like all of the cutting edge technology, builds most of the spaceships, it builds most of the what else am I thinking of? Um, Computer programs, implants that go in your brain and allow you to communicate wordlessly with other people, and so on and so on and so on. Those are just some highlights of the big eight. If any others come up, I'll let you know. I think only Smirtios Security is going to appear in this, but you never entirely know. And I'll give you background as and when anything else shows up. So about 2 years ago, the Consortium, and specifically Smirtios Security and Open Technology, hatched a plan to kill everyone in one of the solar systems and blame it on an accident where the solar flare interacted with the wormhole. So, oh no, we have to lock down wormhole travel and limit it, which Smirtios Security liked quite a lot. And Open Technology was about to be superseded in what was then the Big Seven. And it was a panic reaction by the CEO of Open Technology to try and kill everybody.
Classic panic reaction.
This was yeah. I mean, kill everyone. It's the Blackadder method of dealing with problems. Kill everyone else in the world. Now the resistance formed based on this plan, and they got wind of this plot, and they were able to stop this weapon from firing, saving 14 billion lives. Many resistance members did perish. However, a lot of people, and probably you guys included, don't believe this ever happened. They think it's propaganda. That obviously Smirtios Security would not try and kill 14 billion people in the counter system. That would be ridiculous. Why would they do that? It's just a way of stirring up unrest and trying to overthrow the government because, you know, terrorists and resistance terrorists and so on. So since then, the war, or the war between the resistance and the Consortium has heated up quite a lot. Recently, there was an occasion where the resistance tried to declare independence for one of the outlying planets and its moons. It's a gas giant, so really the moons in the region is what it was interested in. They tried to declare independence from the resistance. Now, some of you were involved in that situation. Andy landed the ship that dropped off a bunch of troops. You were flying a troop transport at the time. You were all commandeered into this task force under a General Rob Grant. I think that was his name. I've forgotten the surname. It was definitely General Rob. You were all commandeered into this task force under this guy. And your immediate commanders all told you, you know, eliminate everyone. This was quite a harrowing experience for you, and it stuck with you. The ones on the ground were Iloche's not playing, Eflori's not playing, Ysal is playing, and Andy is the only other one who was involved. Akakak, you were not involved, and Zora, you were also not on board. You weren't in this region of space. So they basically grabbed all military personnel, and you are technically military. So a gun was shoved in your hand, Ysal, and you were landed on the planet and told, go kill everyone who isn't us. You're a bit psychopathic, so maybe you were okay with that, but you probably ultimately regret the loss of life. And certainly, Andy, although you weren't directly involved, you are not happy with this situation. I'm going to say that the reason the captain character, who I did present but none of you chose, is not here is he perished in that action. So you also lost one of your longest standing friends. All four of you would have known. No, maybe not Zora. Everyone apart from Zora would have known this guy. Zora, you were placed in as the captain of this ship as a result of Eflori's being killed. You've taken this job because it is better for you, for your career right now, to take this job. Andy, Akakak, Ysal, you all knew each other already. Zora coming in, she's probably got a very different way of doing things to the way Eflori was. He was quite empathetic with the people that you would pick up and help. But you you probably have a bit of a problem with Zora. I'm just going to set that up. I'm going to leave it to you how far you roleplay that. She is in charge, and I also get the feeling that Zora is not going to be afraid of you losing your pension and going to prison for disobeying her orders, because technically she can do that. So there's going to be a limit to how far you can be insubordinate. I like the peering over the glasses. I enjoyed that. That was excellent. So, the Resistance have recently made some fairly large moves. But I'm going to say this happened soon enough afterwards that you were remote enough that you don't know about them. So, if anyone watching has already looked at the 24-hour game that we did a stream of, this has happened, but these people are out in the outskirts of the encounter system and are not aware of the situation. It'll probably be another week or two before they find out what happened. So, you are aboard your search and rescue ship, which I'm going to call the Cassandra. And I've got a couple of minutes set aside for a little bit of let's get the taste of the characters for you guys. So, I don't know how self-starter you guys are, so I'm just going to start with, does anyone want to tell me what they're doing?
Zora is going to walk onto sort of like the command section of the ship, where the pilot is. Yep. Very, very imperiously, and just kind of declare that she's there by loudly stating, "Captain on deck."
Andy, I assume you're probably... In fact, Andy, are you at the helm? Because,
to
be honest, you could be on autopilot and just off doing something else.
Yeah, legs kicked up on, like, the dashboard or what have you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, just, like, cup of coffee.
Yep.
I felt you coming from, like, a parsec away.
Did you clean that surface before you put your feet up on it?
Sure.
Then would you like to remove your feet from it?
That pause is exactly what happens. It's like this long pause and then goes, sure.
Don't tell me how to fly. I won't tell you how to captain.
That's company property, you know. Any damage will be coming out of your paycheck.
Sure, great, cool. I can feel my morale rising as we speak.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
you need something?
You knew that was going to work.
Can I help you?
She sort of pats herself on the back, metaphorically so, and just kind of walks around the ship, just making sure everything's clean. She's just kind of doing a little bit of an inspection.
Okay, roll me an intelligence and investigation to find out how clean the ship is. Yosal, how clean do you keep the medibay?
I was going to say psychopathically immaculate.
Perfect. For the record, my wife is called Immaculate, so I will explain to her that psychopathically immaculate came up. She'll enjoy that. And Akakak, what about you're probably the engineer, I guess, for the most part. How does engineering look? How do the rest of the area look? It's quite a big ship to keep clean, but there aren't many of you, so it's probably doable if you spend all your time doing it.
The parts of the ship that Akakak is responsible for are as clean as whoever last told him to clean it. However long ago the last person who directly instructed him to clean something, that's when it was last cleaned.
Got it. I'm with you. Perfect.
Could have been 5 minutes ago, could have been 5 weeks ago.
Yeah. Perfect. Love it. Great. Okay. Cool. So, how did your intelligence investigation go?
I got a 10, 2 9s, 2 6s, 2 5s, a 3 and a 2.
Did you do your bonus dice for the 10?
Yep. I got the 3 after the 10, yep.
Okay, cool. So you've got 3 successes by my count over 7.
Fantastic.
Awesome. So with 3 successes, there are definitely areas of the ship that are not very clean. They will be areas that Akakak is responsible for, but you probably told him to clean engineering directly not that long ago. As Yosal said, the Medibay is psychopathically clean, like to the degree that while you like things clean, it's sort of like disturbing to you to be in that space.
Like if you walked in, you almost feel like your lungs are being scrubbed whilst you're in there.
By breathing.
Yeah.
In there.
Yeah, it's not quite the right combination of gases, and it needs to turn around and leave. Everything's too clean. It's just that faint trace of smell that you don't like, and yeah.
Like you're inhaling antibacterial hand gel.
Lots of bleach smell. Lots of that.
Well, everything's ship shape.
So that's what you find in your inspection.
Engineering could be just a little bit better, but I did only just recently ask you to clean it, so I can't be too disappointed in you, I suppose.
You have cleaned it from top to bottom only like yesterday, Akakak. It is not psychopathically immaculate, but very clean.
Thank you, Captain.
So Zora ordered you to do it, and you did it, and then Zora says it's still dirty.
Just perhaps a little bit more elbow grease?
He proceeds to try to extract grease from his elbows.
Oh, I assume you try and grease up your elbows.
I mean, I assume the elbow grease comes from the elbow, so he's trying to like pull grease out of them to use on the cleaning. He's not sure what effect this will have, but he's sure the captain knows what she's talking about.
I don't know whether you stick around for this, Zora.
No,
you don't care enough, do you? I didn't think so.
For the next 3 hours, Akakak is just, how do you, what?
Is it a gland? Is it?
Does some kind of Google exist?
Yeah, would you like to roll me an intelligence and engineering to try and work
Oh,
out how you
yes!
get elbow grease?
Absolutely!
You will not get your bonus for your engineering kit because this is nonsensical.
Alright, I have to explode a whole bunch to actually win this one, so...
So yeah, it's only the 4 dice. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
No explosion, so it's just 3 9s and a 2, so 3 over 7.
Matthew, when we're done, remind me, and I'll leave a link for these character sheets in case anyone watching wants to go check them out. They're downloaded free on our website anyway, so I'll leave a link.
Okay, cool.
Just remind me at the end if you would. Sorry, no successes, was it?
No, 3 successes, but 3 over 7 is still a failure, I think.
No, that's pretty good. So with 3 successes, you realize that if you get a hypodermic needle from, you'll probably be able to get something out of your elbow. So you should probably go ask Yosal about it, because he'll know all about elbow grease.
I immediately make my way over there.
You do wonder if it might be a human thing, though, and you're not sure whether it's like biologically compatible with Zimians. But you're hoping Yosal might know, because there are 2 humans on board. So,
gotcha. Yeah, I'm going to make my way over. Excuse me.
Yosal, I assume you're in the Medibay.
Yes. Sharpening implements.
You're really creepy. Right, Akakak is probably quite dirty from having cleaned things recently. So he's probably quite dirty. So he's going to come into your med bay somewhat dirty.
Excuse me.
Stop.
Shoe covers.
Right there. 6 shoe covers.
I put on all the covers.
Yeah, you got 4 feet, so yeah, 4 covers.
Yeah.
4 for the feet and then 2 for the hands.
One over each antenna. You don't appear to be in medical need, so wait there and I'll come to you. And he puts down what he's sharpening and then comes over.
So it's one of those, put on all the shoe covers and then stand outside the door.
And stand still, yeah.
The captain has required I put elbow grease on the engineering bay. I came to you to ask if you had any knowledge in extracting elbow grease.
Gaisal will smile. A slightly disturbing smile.
Oh,
I click my mandibles.
Oh no!
And explain. Elbow grease is a emulsion secreted by humans through the joint in their middle arm. However, to extract it, you have to separate the arm at the elbow joint. As we only have a few humans on board, they tend to protest a lot when you do that. So, save that thought for when we next encounter some that we don't need.
Thank you for your help, friend Medicaid. I will make sure to collect many arms and elbows next time we encounter hostile resistance.
Excellent. Anything else?
That will be all. Goodbye.
Okay.
I, I,
Carefully, out
I
you
leave
go.
with the shoe covers. I don't
Yeah.
take them off. No one told me to.
Just
Fair
walking down the hallway, get a refill. You do know, Doc, that elbow grease is just like a turn of phrase, right?
I know.
You also know that Ack is going to literally collect arms, right?
I know.
He's
Right.
short of transplant fingers.
Checking, just making sure.
Man, I hope this moment is a Chekhov's gun.
So do I. I mean, we'll find out, won't we?
I mean, it's one way to be
I
armed
have
and then
plans.
Andy, you get your refill. You head back to the bridge,
yeah.
and you find that actually your communication system is currently in the process of beeping. Like, it's been beeping for at least a minute or two while you were getting your coffee and waiting for the fancy coffee machine.
Of course. The second I get up to do something. All right.
Fortunately,
You've reached the
Zora
Casandy. This is Andy. How can I help you?
Zora wasn't there, so you know. General distress call. General distress call. I'm stuck in my escape pod. My engine's overloaded. Requesting aid. Immediate aid. Any ships in range? Any ships in range, please. Please respond. Please give me a hand. I'm floating out here. I'm 3 days away from anywhere with 2 days of air left.
Yeah, this is the Casandy. We've received your distress call. We will be there as soon as possible.
Do you call the ship the you now?
Oh, absolutely.
You call the ship the Casandy. I've
Yeah.
just decided that.
Yes.
You pet named the ship. I love it.
Well, no, it named it after himself because he feels like he does all the work.
And then while I'm inputting the coordinates,
Yeah.
I'll flip on the overhead page. All right, team, we've got a distress call. Get your shit together.
7 hours.
Yeah, we got about 7 hours.
Can you give me Whitson pilot, please, Andy, to
Yep.
do your thing?
Doing my thing.
Plenty of those. 11.
11 dice.
I thought my 8 earlier was a lot of dice. 11.
I mean, it's not like the 13 that Ack has to punch people.
Yeah.
Wait till I get my first fisticuff.
Oh no.
And remember also that Ack gets to do that twice,
Mm-hmm.
just in case it doesn't work.
Right up until I take damage, so I'm gonna milk that for all it's worth.
I'm going to damage you for all it's worth.
Try
What do you
me.
mean of throwing elbows?
Oh, dude! Every single one of my attacks, like, can I remove their arm just above the
Absolutely.
elbow?
You absolutely can in every case. I mean, you probably remove it at the shoulder because that's easier, like to remove it from a joint. Like trying to break the arm and then remove it just above the elbow seems like lots of effort when you could just grab
It'd
it.
be like pulling a wishbone, isn't it?
Sorry, say again?
Do ones remove a success?
No, they don't.
Okay.
It's only if you get more ones than successes.
More than okay. In that case, that is 5.
5. Yep, no problem at all. You set a course. It's through some fairly empty regions of space. It's a little way off your normal patrol path. Protocol says you inform the captain if you're leaving your patrol path, but you are also doing exactly the right thing. It's inform the captain, not ask the captain. You are supposed to do exactly what you've just done.
Yeah.
Are you going to inform the captain?
Yeah, overhead. That was the overhead.
Yeah, okay.
Yep.
So not specifically inform the captain, but like, guys, we've got a thing. We're going.
The captain is aware. He informed
The captain has been informed along with everyone else. Why would I have the same conversation twice?
Zora, I think you're probably the most interesting reaction to that overhead thing. I think the book probably says that he's supposed to inform you individually with all of the information, not make you go all the way to the bridge.
Zora
But
will
it's the book rather than absolutely necessary, you know.
Zora will go to the bridge with a physical copy of the book, because of course she has a physical copy of the rules.
100%. Not only that, you probably have one for each person that you give to them and say, read
it's a
this
present.
page.
Yep. And she will,
whole shelf of them.
if Andy's feet are still on like the top, she will just use the book to gently push them aside.
I'm actually seated correctly.
He's doing the piloting, so probably not.
Yeah.
She'll place the book on top then where his feet had been previously, and she just in case you weren't aware, as you were supposed to inform me one-on-one of all of the details of the call and what you were doing as a result of it.
Well, just over her voice, I'd just turn the distress call on, turn the volume up a little bit.
Yes, well, just to be aware, we do have procedures in place for reasons. Things have to be done correctly. You know, checking lists twice, ensuring that everything is done, everything's ticked off. You know, we wouldn't want to crash into some sort of asteroid or...
Yeah, Andy, that probably sounds like the stupidest thing she could possibly have said, because there are no asteroids in this region of space.
But here, for you, as a gift, I like to give them to all of the crews I work with. Here is your very own copy, physical copy of the rules and procedures. Next time you have some downtime, just brush yourself up on it, please.
Sure.
I'll schedule a test
We get
for you.
homework. Best captain ever.
At that point, Ysal comes into the bridge.
Okay.
Excitedly. Distress call?
Ysal, can you roll me a wits and investigation, please?
I can certainly try. So that's that. Investigation. So so 2 successes.
Okay, I think now is a really good time for me to just mention luck points for you.
Okay.
It's a great little mechanic in the game. So you have a number of luck points equal to your luck. They are the checkboxes on the side of your luck. In your case, Ysal, you have 4.
Yep.
When you would like to, you can use a luck point, and it will add 2 successes to your roll. However, I give a bad luck point that lets me later remove 2 successes from a roll.
Story points. We're familiar.
Yes, indeed. Although story points are something different in Era G10 as well, so different again in Era G10. So, certainly somewhat inspired by fate points. So, would you like to use a luck point on that?
Yes, I'll lucky myself. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so I now have 1 bad luck point, and you got 4 successes. Just made a quick note of that.
Yep.
You recognize the voice. You've heard it screaming in pain. A quick check in your implant brings up the name and the picture. His name is James Thomas. He's a human. And he was one of those. You recall I mentioned that you got landed on Lebonus or on some of the moons of Lebonus to help clear up. You didn't do all that much shooting, but you did do a lot of patching people up because that's what you do. He is someone whose life you saved during that action.
Okay.
He was the kid of the unit that you were with. And
the baby.
The baby of the unit. He was sort of an enthusiastic 18-year-old who lost a leg and had it replaced. As part of your treatment, it was replaced with a cybernetic.
Right, okay. The first question in my head: what did I replace it with?
Get back on. No,
Bio or mechanical?
You replaced it with a cybernetic implant.
Okay.
Cybernetic implants are quite advanced. Your cranial implant, for example, can hold information, images of people and so on, access information and so on. And limbs can be activated by your brain. So, he wouldn't really know the difference.
Okay. So Ysol runs in excitedly at the mention of a distress call, because
hopefully someone's hurt.
Yeah, as he starts the list of questions of species, numbers, survivors, injuries, and I know that voice. Was it just a looping broadcast, or
yes, it just loops. Yeah, it loops. It's one of those like very basic comm systems that you get in an older escape pod where you just press the button, record a thing, and then it transmits it.
Yeah.
Until you press it again and change it. It doesn't really have any response functionality.
One of those annoying birthday cards that never shuts up.
Yes, one of those. Absolutely. The volume is still up high, by the way.
Billions of people in the universe, and you know this guy?
Yeah, you know this guy too. You remember James Thomas, the youngling humanoid from the Lebonus operation?
Probably a quick check in your implant will let you find that, Andy. You probably never even spoke to him. Like, he was loaded on your ship. You flew the ship. The troops didn't come anywhere near you because you were flying the ship, and you told them to fuck off. I hope I can say that.
Yes, we can swear the gates are open.
The young one stood on an insectoid pod, leg exploded.
Right. Yeah, that kid. Yeah.
Screamed very high pitched. Interfered with several radios.
Yep.
Well, anyway.
Okay. Weird, but sure.
Did some wonderful work with a rock and some vegetation to keep his leg from going gangrenous. Kind of held him together, but the lack of anesthetic was exciting. For me, mostly. A rock does in a pinch.
Zora, Andy, and Akakak, you're hearing this story for the first time. Well, I mean, like this specific story for the first time, but you've probably heard stories like it. I don't know. I don't know what your reaction might be.
Just gonna point at the book. That's probably not in there, right?
No, I do believe that emergency medicine isn't covered in this particular manual.
Actually, it probably is. It's probably covered saying the medic should go to any and all lengths to save life at all costs.
The medic gets to do what he wants, provided he's saving lives doing it.
Or gives the appearance that he's trying.
As long as,
Sounds like
as
the
long as they're
kind of
trying
thing
to save
like-
lives,
Right.
they do have a great amount of freedom in the how. But
Well,
Zora,
nothing
as
else.
they finish saying this, kind of just takes a step away. Like,
Anyway, yes, that's him. That's James Thomas.
Akakak will privately think that that's two first names, but he doesn't understand humans that well, so it's probably normal.
That's fair.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
Although why are you
chances
going under the name of General Distress Call? But it is beyond me. Sorry, I couldn't resist that one.
Yaisal, can you just, before we do
Maybe
leave,
this
could you
one-
please ensure that you do have the full range of medical supplies needed, including any anaesthetic?
Why would I need anaesthetic?
Not for you, but for anybody that does need it.
Yeah, for other people, Doc.
So funny.
I mean, unless you can hire your own supply, but
Yeah, perhaps
He sighs
extra
heavily.
anaesthetic.
He sighs heavily and goes to repack his emergency medkit.
Are you implying that the paper pushing element of it is what you're annoyed at? Yes, I'll.
I don't think Yaisal. I think Yaisal uses the fact that I was about to say he struggles to hold a pen. I can't imagine that actually they'd be using much pen and paper.
Not really,
No. No, just he would rather have the space for something sharp and useful in his emergency med kit rather than a vial of anesthetic, which you use once and then is done.
I noticed you say useful and not useful in his mind.
Yeah.
Now I have to take out my big scalpel.
Yeah. That's going to just change the entire layout of the pack. If I have to put anesthetic in, at least 2 other sharp and shiny items have to come out.
Yeah, it's all right. You have 7 hours. You can work it out. It's just 3 hours of unnecessary work.
I mean, if you think about it, Yaisol does know Akakak, right? Like we've been like on the same team. You could just tell me to carry some stuff for you, and I would do it.
That's not the point. I want autonomy over what drugs I do and don't take with me. It's not that I can't carry it or have a way to solve that problem.
stand in my chair, Captain. So, Captain, this will be your reminder that don't get injured. You won't enjoy the party.
Yes, I
Trust
do
me.
want to know that if I do get injured, I will not be being administered treatment with a rock. Hence the extra anaesthetic.
I mean, you do
Yeah,
have
it's
an
all-
alternate
I
medic
make
on
no
board.
guarantees.
You do have an alternate medic on board, which is good news. The bad news is that it's Akakak.
I do not have a human mouth, but you get the impression that I'm smiling.
Yes,
Did not let me
Zynians
pick
have,
my own crew.
like, it would be known, you know, antenna movements and various body language, even pheromones, which humans struggle to pick up, but you know, in extreme cases of emotion, you might detect them.
Next time,
Hey,
perhaps they'll let me pick my crew.
As Jaisal departs, he just looks at Zora and says, "Be very careful what you wish for, Captain," and disappears around the corner.
Heads off to
Three
my sector.
psychos.
Repack. I love this crew. You're all just nuts, apart from Andy, who's just caught in the middle. I feel a bit bad for Andy, like the character Andy. I feel a bit bad for him because you know Zora's weird and Yaisal is creepy and Akakak is suggestible in the extreme. Something's going to go horribly wrong here. Anyway, is there
Here's
anything
hope.
you would like to do in the next 7 hours?
I mean, can I get us there faster? Is that possible?
You could burn some extra fuel and get there faster. You would still be able to finish your patrol, but you know what it is? You'd be like the safety regs say you have to be over 10% at the end of your patrol, and you'd be 9%.
Captain, that's not gonna fly. Look at the eyes over the glasses.
Sorry,
the
I missed
safety
what Andy
regs
said.
do say 10%. If we dip below 10%, I do believe we will have to have a clear and defined conversation about performance in your evaluation.
I mean, it's a distress call. Shouldn't we get there as quickly as possible?
He did say he had 2 days worth of air.
Sure. All right. You're the captain,
Matter of
Captain.
hours should not make any difference to that.
Barring whatever caused him to need the escape pod. Sure, of course. Right. Yeah. No. Let's
Andy-
not rush our job.
Andy and
Of course.
Zora in particular, but Andy as well. Andy, can you roll me intelligence and engineering? Zora, you get your specialism because this is about environmentals. So also intelligence and engineering, but double dice.
Ooh.
So you are now rolling the highest number of dice that anyone's done so far.
Double dice
you
in
roll-
engineering specifically, yeah?
No. Double. So intelligence plus engineering, no engineering kit, and then double that number. So I believe you're rolling 18 dice.
This might take a minute.
Yeah.
You're the winner so far. I always like to have every character, be able to roll loads of dice for one thing they're really good at.
The clickies make the brain feel good.
That's 2 exploding so far, the only 2 over 10.
20.
That's 4 exploding so far. And I've got 3 over 7.
So that's 7 total successes, I think.
That's
Andy, how did
none
you do?
over 7.
Let's go with you, and I'll let you do the rolling, if that's all right. 5, was it? 4? 5. Sorry, I missed that. 5. So with 5 successes, it is a little surprising, given the regs, that the escape pod only has 2 days of air, because regs say 7.
I've 8.
8 successes. Okay. It's not bad off 18 dice actually with a 7 threshold. It's not bad at all. With 8 successes, yeah, this is obviously the same thing as 5 successes.
Sorry, tell a lie, 9 successes. Not that it makes much, but 9 successes.
9. No, 9 does make actually it's odd numbers that leap up a level of success. So it does make a difference. I had to make an arbitrary choice when I built the system, so I made an arbitrary choice, and it's odd numbers.
Let's go.
So with 9 successes, you can guess based on the way the distress call came in what the range of the pod is. And actually, there are only 2 real alternatives here. The pod literally cannot. The environmental system, the pod will not launch with less than 7 days of air unless it's overridden. So either someone deliberately overrode, or for some reason there is less air. That might be the pod was launched some time ago, and it's been sitting around waiting, or it might be that it was damaged, or some such. Or maybe the guy's lying, because at the end of the day, you haven't looked at the pod. I mean, maybe he's lying.
Captain, I'm sure you know, but there should be 7 days of air on that thing.
You are correct. Yes, there should be 7 days of air on that thing. And the fact that there isn't is quite concerning for multiple reasons.
Yeah. We don't know how long he's been sitting there. I can get us there faster. We burn a little more.
And if
We
he
don't-
is lying, or if there is damage to the pod because there is somebody out there waiting, burning the fuel means that there may be less fuel to escape should there be any sort of danger. One life versus all of the lives on this ship, and the value of the ship itself.
Andy, you're probably going to find that a bit off. Being a search and rescue and search and rescue personnel for years, you've often risked your life to save people.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Sorry, I want to be really clear. That is great role playing from Zora. That's exactly what I think Zora would say. But Andy, as like more of a vocational search and rescue, you would probably feel a bit like that's not the attitude.
Yeah, I'm actually going to stand up from the chair. Captain, we are a search and rescue vessel. It is our job to risk our lives to save people.
And if this vessel is destroyed, then how many lives can we save? Or how many lives will we put at danger fleeing the vessel?
I'm going to pretend that you didn't just insult my piloting skills. And I'm just going to reach back and turn the fuel up. We're going to go faster.
Press the control to go faster.
Yeah. You can cite me later. We're doing our job, sir.
Zora, you would know that has happened. Like that wouldn't be. Yeah. You'd feel the acceleration if nothing else.
I will be making a note of this in my official records. Hopefully, he is in as much danger as he says he is. And Zora will turn and return to her cabin.
Well done, Andy. You will now. So you're gonna probably do the overhead and just say update. We're gonna be there in 2 hours.
Yeah. All right, team. We're gonna be there in 2 hours now. Get your shit together even faster.
Oh no!
This pod should have had 7 days of air. There's 2. There's something wrong. Be ready.
Isal doesn't have as much time to pack the bag anymore.
I was just thinking
5
that.
less hours.
Yeah.
What is your response to this, if anything? I did say earlier it was 3 hours of work to repack your bag.
Yeah. You just get. Fuck's sake. Fine.
Apologies,
Plan
Doc.
C. And then
Hey,
it just
Ack.
cuts. Yeah.
Plus, he's putting a rock in the bag.
Help the good doctor pack their belongings, please, Ack. Thank you.
Oh yeah,
I rushed to the medical bay. I haven't moved.
Axe, stay the fuck out of my med bay.
I stop at the door.
You're still wearing the shoe covers and the hand covers, by the way.
Yes. I'm not taking those off until someone tells me to.
You look through the door. It's like on one of the operating tables, there is
Everything's
med
laid
bag
out
in the
exactly
middle.
the right distance apart.
Yeah, and everything is laid out as if it's been unpacked meticulously. And then there's just one like vial of anesthetic kind of amidst the chaos. And he goes, I'm fine. You would only be a distraction and slow me down. If you step in here, I'll dismember you.
Hack is going to just stay right outside the door. I'm blocking the entrance to the med bay now.
And
Okay.
he'll just start packing things, but with a speed and efficiency that would suggest that he's done this that he could do this in his sleep without looking, just from where everything is laid out and the shape and size of the bag.
I'm sure you observe this.
Mhm.
Andy,
I don't make a note of it.
Yeah.
you don't really have anything to do. Eflori, once upon a time, would have been the first person onto an enemy ship. Or an unknown ship, I should say.
Yeah.
He always led from the front. I'm going to say, for the sake of argument, this is the first time you've answered a distress call with Zora as your captain. Like, it's been a quiet 6 months or so. You've gone along and, like, there's been a Smurtios ship that had engine trouble and you did, send Akak on board to help out or whatever, that sort of thing. But it's not been like a distress call. So you probably have the feeling that Zora's not going to be leading from the front.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to go in the field, aren't I? Yeah. Light. Shit.
You're smoking directly under the no smoking on the bridge sign.
Oh, probably. Yeah.
There probably isn't.
And he doesn't smoke often, but that was a stressful confrontation. Shit. I'm gonna go actually check my gear. I don't normally have to do this.
Yeah. Probably as you think more about it, you're going to realize that you're the only person who is trained in first contact. Like Akakak's an engineer and Yosal's a medic, and yes, they can go into difficult situations, but they're both completely incapable of talking to anyone like, a normal individual.
Like a normal person, yeah.
You really miss Iloche at this point, who was prior to that, she's transferred off the ship. That's what I'm going with.
She's still alive. That's nice.
Yeah, she's still alive. She transferred off before Labonis. No, she transferred off because of Labonis. I've just decided she's in a mental institution trying to get better.
Oh, that's less nice.
She had severe like traumatic stress. Not like she didn't get hurt or anything, but she watched a lot of people get hurt, and even after a lifetime in search and rescue, it was a lot.
Despite the thought that Zora isn't going to be leading from the front, and I'm still not saying that she is, she will be making sure that all of her gear is ready, that she's got ammunition.
Not only that, you are trained to lead from the front, like you know everything you would need to know.
Yeah.
But
she does need to, live to fight another day.
You're the captain, so it's up to you.
Yeah.
Like no one's going to tell you you're wrong.
And who's going to make decisions if something happens? If there's no captain?
I mean, I'd take Ak over Zora any day.
No lie, to be honest. Well, that's probably take Andy over anyone else on the ship.
Yeah, I can't blame anybody here.
I think I don't really trust Andy, but at least he has the experience to not screw up.
I saw the descriptive terms for Zora, and I'm leaning into them. Okay.
Absolutely, and I'm loving it. I'm loving this crew. It's just completely dysfunctional beyond belief.
We really looked at the character sheets you provided and chose the ones with problems? Yes!
Oh no, they all have problems. They all have serious personality problems. Don't worry about it. I did that deliberately. It was not an accident.
Strong character traits.
So, 2 hours are going to pass pretty quickly, getting all your gear ready and stuff for an actual. So it's likely with an escape pod you won't board. What you'll do is isolate the bottom half of the ship, your ship, dock with the escape pod, and then control very carefully that environment and make them come out of the escape pod, close off that, and control that environment to ensure that nothing goes wrong. Because the escape pod is not big enough to take other people on board, obviously.
Mhm.
So 2 hours pass. You are going to approach the escape pod. I imagine, Andy, you'll be back at the pilot's seat for that.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm
Now, the escape pod
running
does have
scans and
short-range laser communications, so you can establish contact if you would like to.
yes.
Or Zora can. Zora, you'd be well aware of this too.
Zora is going to sit back and let Andy do it as he's trained for the first contact, just to evaluate his skills at the same time.
That's a good excuse to sulk.
Unlit cigarette hanging out of his mouth. Emergency pod. This is the Sandy. Do you read?
Oh, thank God, I read you. Wait, I recognize that voice.
Jake, right?
Yeah. Damn, you're the pilot.
I hope so.
I've forgotten your name.
Andy.
Andy. Nice to hear from you. I mean, wait, hang on. Don't you fly troop transports for Smertios?
Not today.
Well, can I ask what your affiliation is?
We're search and rescue. We've
Oh.
searched for you, but now we're here to rescue you.
Okay. That's good. Search and rescue. Yeah, that's good. Hey, is the captain still on board? I'd like to have a chat with him, actually.
We have a captain.
What?
Previous cap's no longer with us.
Oh. Okay. I didn't know that. I mean, I was in. I was.
No, of course. Yeah, no, it's fine.
Yeah.
So, is everything good with your pod? You should have had way more air.
Was shot. That's all. Okay. I should be able to make it to Ogmios, New Ogmios. For the record, that is an out-system combine base. It is about 3 days from here. I should be able to make it to New Ogmios. Maybe ration the air, but I thought I'd give the distress call a try for a little while first. In the hope that I didn't have to spend 3 days cramped in here.
Yeah, understood.
We're
almost
you might
there.
want to do some sort of scan of the area.
Yeah.
Do you want to run me intelligence and pilot?
Whilst Andy's rolling, technologically, is there anything I could be doing, like scanning life signs for stuff or anything like that? Is it more Star Trek or is it more other sci-fi?
It's more like the reason I'm going to say no is probably you have to be using ship systems to do it.
Okay.
So while in theory you could, you actually don't have any skill, and there's probably only one console because this ship is quite small.
Gotcha.
So
Yeah,
you can be on the bridge and see what the readouts say. Definitely.
Mhm.
3 successes. So there's some debris a short distance away.
So Jake, yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
It was a larger ship. The escape pod clearly came from there. It seems to be the remains of like an unlicensed transport, I say unlicensed, I mean non-company affiliated. Really, it may well have been licensed properly. I mean, there's not much of it left. Even the black box has been destroyed. Now, the black box being destroyed is slightly unlikely.
That's
So it does make you think that maybe it's an unlicensed transport of some description.
Is it just you, Jake? What happened out there?
It's James.
James. Sorry. It's been a while.
Zora kind of peers at Andy at that, presumably. Yes, just me. It's a one-man escape pod, bro.
Was it just you on the ship?
Oh no. There were like 7 people on the ship. None of them made it to the escape pods in time.
What happened?
I don't know. I was asleep in my quarters, and I heard an alarm go off, and I ran to the escape pod and got in. That's what you're supposed to do when the ship's going to blow up. Kind of alarm goes off. So that's what I did.
Mm-hmm.
Out of character. That sounds a bit thin, but not
Yeah,
totally impossible.
Yeah, I was about to say, what's the version of an insight check for this?
You can roll an intelligence and persuasion.
Persuasion. Okay. I don't have a lot of dice for
Detect
this.
if someone's lying to you.
Yeah.
Zora, you can roll that as well if you would like to.
Yes, please. There's going to be 5 dice.
Oh, well, no. Hey, guess what? Fumble.
How bad? How many more ones?
1.
Okay.
I got 2 successes.
Did you roll any ones out of interest?
No.
Okay. I'm going to use the bad luck point though.
Okay.
So it's a bit thin but plausible. And Andy, you're just like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
That's your mind. Your mind of fumble is, yeah, you kind of more or less believe that could have happened. If he was a passenger on the ship and not one of the crew, it sort of makes sense.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
All right. Well, we should be there very soon. So, be ready?
You're here now, pretty much, if you're communicating with me.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Doc, or what's the procedure for search and rescue? It's my first time.
hopefully it's your last. We're gonna pick you up, and we're gonna make sure everything's okay. And I guess we'll get you somewhere. Depends on what the captain wants.
I'm headed to Ogmios. I mean, if you're heading out System Combine way, that would be ideal. But if not, then I can deal with I don't know, really any outpost where I can get a transport there. Hopefully, it doesn't.
I mean, I think the exchange procedure is usually nearest, but you can bring that up with the captain. Yeah, we're gonna scoop you up and get everything all checked out.
All
right. Be ready.
Wits and pilot for you, Andy, to scoop him up, or dock him, I guess.
I'm the pooper scooper.
Whilst Andy is doing this, Zora will speak up for the first time.
Damn, sorry.
No, it's okay.
Sorry,
I was going to say, whilst Andy's rolling dice, Zora will just speak up for the first time and just ask, and just to check, just to inquire, are there any injuries to yourself?
Wait, you've got a hot female medical officer? Awesome.
Nope. It's still the same one. Be ready. Hope you're not injured.
Akak lifts a rock.
Ack. I do believe your services will be needed as medical officer.
No injuries. No injuries. I'm fine. No. But it's cool. I'm good. My leg's working perfectly, and everything's fine. Everything's great.
We'll do just a checkup whilst you're here, just to ensure that everything is fine. Ack. Yes, please. We'll be definitely needing your services.
Okay.
I mean, you could either have Ack look at you, or you could have Yasarl check up on that leg.
You're gonna hear a clunk as the 2 ships dock. Andy, you've done basically a perfect job of docking with this escape pod. You took control of the escape pod's computer and activated its maneuver engines for that to make a perfect seal. Really, it was Zora. You cannot fault even the most strict interpretation of how you should dock could not fault what Andy did.
Bad attitude, but perfect skills.
Yes, you might have a problem with his attitude, but you can't doubt his piloting skills.
The reason he's allowed to get away with being an asshole is because he's really good at what he does.
Equalizing atmosphere.
You on this ship.
All right. Well,
Cool. So you're docked, but the airlock will remain closed until you make a decision about what you're going to do. So, like I said,
Yes.
the bottom half of the ship is a separate sort of section and can be sealed off. So you would seal that off, open up the airlock. Probably you'd run some medical checks to make sure there's no viruses or bacteria in the air, those sorts of things. And then you would send in a team through the airlock down the lift.
Okay. We are ready to move in.
This follows standard procedure. As I said, Akakak, I do believe your medical services will be needed. Yasal, that's not to say yours might not. I just think after that comment, Akakak's face shall be the first this gentleman shall see.
Do the friendliest fish on the ship.
I click my mandibles.
Are you going to ask Yosal to like scan for the bacteria and viruses and stuff? Do the medical scan. Cool.
Yeah.
Yosal, intelligence and medicine, please. To sort of, you'll have to open up and take it in so your internal scanners can deal with it. But then you can always just vent it if there's a problem. So, Yosal, intelligence and medicine, no medical kit.
Ysel is very tempted to say, no. If you are preferring that Akakak leads this mission from a medical standpoint, Akakak should lead, Captain.
Yasal, it's not a slight upon your skills, just I did not appreciate the greeting. And I do think Akakak, perhaps with a bone saw in one hand, would be a nice sight for them.
The columns, like halfway through that.
So the implication is that you don't think I'm threatening enough. I see.
I believe you're perfectly threatening, especially having listened to your story about how to perform surgery. However, Akakak is perhaps a little bit more threatening upon first sight.
Sorry, what is it that I'm rolling? Intelligence?
Medicine.
Okay.
Assuming you're willing to do it. Because I actually love that Yosal where you're just a bit sulky.
Oh, we'll see what result I get, and then I'll determine what I'm going to tell the captain is the result.
Fair.
I don't think he's given us any reason to consider him a threat, and generally not standard procedure to threaten our rescuees.
Not a threat. I don't wish Akakak to perform any harm. Just greet him perhaps in a Akakak manner.
You're the captain, Captain.
I got 5.
5. You are pretty sure that there is nothing threatening, no problems. No viruses, no bacteria. He doesn't even have a cold.
Things seem okay, Captain.
Okay. Well, as I should, let's head down there. I will lead.
Who's going down? Is Andy staying? Yosal staying? You and Akakak only going? What are we doing here?
I'll go
Andy,
down.
Fantastic.
We'll all go
Akakak,
down.
Yasal, brilliant. Everybody,
Yep.
follow me.
Okay. The lift is probably only going to take one person at a time.
I'm
So
going down
who-
first.
You're going down first.
Yeah.
Okay.
This way, if it all goes horribly wrong,
While the captain's going down the lift, I'm going to turn to everyone else. I can't believe she went first. I just lost the betting pool. How much do I owe you guys?
Akakak is the one who won the betting pool because the last
The captain-
always went first.
Yeah.
So he
Captain
assumed
takes
captain would
procedure.
go first.
The captain takes procedure very seriously.
This is the one I figured they would not. Shit.
Akakak collects 2.1 billion credits.
We're gonna have to trigger a payment plan, buddy.
We just give him a wrench and say that here's your 2.1 billion credits.
Fantastic.
Zora, the lift doors open, and in front of you is a fairly normal-looking dude. He's I don't know, maybe 5'8". He's average build, buzz cut, brown hair. Just very average looking. He does have a bionic leg, which it's not common. But what he's chosen to do is actually have the metal skeleton-y bit show rather than have any faux flesh around it. So you can see at the ankle, for example, where like his trousers don't quite go to his shoes, you can sort of see a little bit of metal there. He goes, "Oh, are you a sight for sore eyes? Damn."
Well, I'm not sure about a sight for sore eyes, but if you could perhaps take a seat, and the rest of the crew will be down shortly, we can ensure that everything is okay.
Everything's fine. Everything's perfect now.
Yes, of course, and I believe you when you say that. However, as our job is search and rescue, we have conducted the search part, and we are in the middle of conducting the rescue part. That does
All right, Donald,
include ensuring that you are...
You do what you got to do.
Fantastic. Take a seat, please, and the rest of my crew will be here shortly.
He'll take a seat, like lounging back, kind of as much as you can in a fairly like wall-mounted transport seat. He's sort of lounging back and like, so what are you doing this evening?
This evening, I will be writing up performance reviews for my crew.
Who's next in the lift?
I think me, because the captain has said that in proper scenario they'd want me to go first, but since they went first, I second.
Do you have a bone saw because you were asked to be holding it, or it was?
Yes, bone saw in one hand, rock in the other.
Okay.
Is your bone saw ready?
Bone saw is ready. I also like Spider-Man.
Took me a minute there. So Zora, he is trying to chat you up, and you're having none of it, quite rightly. And then the lift door opens, and he's sort of in the middle of saying something that he thinks is sort of attractive, and he sort of stutters as Hakak emerges from the lift.
Hello, friend Thomas. You are being rescued. Please do not resist.
Hakak. Here is one of our medical staff.
I'm fine. I'm good. I'm fine. Thanks. He's going to kind of stand up and start edging back towards the escape pod.
Ysal, would you please come down next to perform some investigative procedures?
Ysal, Dr. Ysal is on this ship.
Dr. Ysal is indeed aboard this ship.
You are shitting me. Oh my god. I'm fine. I'm okay. I don't need any medical examining.
Would you like to take a seat, or would you like Akakak's help to do so?
I don't think I need medical examination though. I'm fine. I'm completely uninjured. Look, you can see. Like, I'm fine, and oh shit, fine. Sort of as Akakak moves towards him, he sits down. Like, oh shit.
I'm shorter than him, so I am looking up at him.
You are shorter than him, but your body goes like this.
Yeah, I got centaur proportions.
Human being, and although you're looking up at him, you're built like you're strong. So it's quite intimidating.
Especially with the bone saw and the rock.
I'm a giant man ant. I'm intimidating by default.
More like a centaur ant, but without the human bit.
Would that be... No, stop it, James. Sorry. And that's the point as...
that's the point that the doors open and Ysal comes in when he sat down. And he's actually relatively quiet for a moment, like looking a bit terrified. He looks at you and his eyes kind of widen and he's like, "Hi, Dr. Ysal. I'm fine. Nothing hurts. I'm good. My leg's working great. It's not caused me any problems."
Ysal will be walking towards him slowly, but pass Zora's shoulder and just will stop and look over his shoulder and still go, and just go, still think I'm not threatening?
Oh, I believe you
And
might be
continue to,
terrifying.
and then just go,
I'm okay.
well, we'll find out.
I don't need examining. I don't need any needles or scalpels or cutting open for you to double check my organs are all in the right place or anything like that. It's fine. I'm good. I'm good
just-
where I am, the way I am. I'm fine. I'm good. Thanks.
Yaisel does the illusion version of holding up a finger.
Well, which would be holding up a finger because
Oh, the suit
it's a
has.
really human-shaped suit, right?
All right, okay. In which case, he just holds up a finger and goes, I like what you've chosen to do with your prosthesis.
Thank you, Doctor. Actually, it's the one you installed. I just didn't change it. I didn't have any money, so and then Smertios discharged me. So yeah, I didn't have any money, so I just sort of kept the one you gave me.
Well, let's check you over.
How many needles is this going to involve?
It depends on how much you resist.
Is that more if I resist or fewer if I resist?
Yeah.
I'm not, Captain. I'm not comfortable with this situation.
Well, as
Well,
the
this is-
chief medical officer aboard this ship, I do have to take Yaisal's
Oh,
medical advice.
You're the captain? Damn, I didn't know they put hotties in charge of ships. Wow, cool.
Whatever Yaisel's doing.
At the moment the doors open and Andy steps out.
Oh, this is going just swimmingly.
That was what I
Yaisal,
was aiming for. Going just swimmingly.
more needles.
So yeah, I'll just start checking.
Oh, you're a piercings kind of gal.
Many more needles. Perhaps start with the anesthetic.
He looks.
He looks like he's in a great deal of pain,
I'm
perhaps
not. I'm
causing
fine.
him to talk at great velocity.
I'm
He's got
fine.
space madness.
I'm
Or
fine.
maybe-
Cabin fever.
Oh,
I'm
because
fine.
James,
Please.
buddy, just relax.
I,
It'll be over quickly.
all right, he's
But
going to roll a
pilot-
double willpower.
But pilot friend, that is a lie. Dr. Yasaro loves going slowly.
I mean, if he's not injured, it'll be okay.
I'm not injured. I'm totally fine. Can I? Oh, wait. Based on Regulation 17C, I'm going to waive the medical check. Huh? Unless I clearly have medical problems, I can waive the medical check. It says so in the book.
Yes, but how do we establish whether you have medical problems or not unless
It's
I
actually
examine
covered in
you
17C.
first?
If you refer to it, it says that unless I visibly have a medical issue or say I have a medical issue, if I deny having a medical issue and don't visibly have one, my individual rights apply. The scans all came back negative, right?
I'm not
Your
gonna do
individual rights as an officer of which
No.
division?
Just as a citizen of the consortium, you should wait. You haven't read the book?
I mean, it's been a while since I read the book, Captain, but that does sound right.
I'm not gonna do it, but imagine I just gave him a concussion real fast. It's like right up behind him, just
Now you've got a problem.
Oh,
You've got
no.
a bone saw embedded in your shoulder.
Is there any kind of check Zora can make to try and find some sort of loophole, some
excuse
sort
to
of
torture this
subsection?
man.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with double intelligence,
Yep.
which is your wheelhouse, in fairness.
Did you say something earlier about how my implant could control his leg?
No. His own implant.
Ah, right, got you.
Hardwired.
Explode on that one. So
No. Basically, implants are completely unhackable.
Okay.
They've been designed that way, and they would have to be.
That is 6 successes, one of which was a 10.
Ed the GM is not a super awesome legal scholar, so however, there probably is a loophole that you can.
I mean, he does seem like he might be mentally unstable. With
Yeah,
his,
Zora's just like, yes.
I mean, elevated heart rate, quickened breathing. Like, he's clearly in distress. We need to
Yeah.
calm him down.
All of the
Yeah.
characteristics of just being terrified of Ysal is just, yeah, unfortunately subsection 4 paragraph 2 does give us the right to perform any such medical examinations if you seem to be under any sort of duress, and you do seem to be.
Sorry, Ed the GM has to process a second. You put him under duress, and as a result, you can do a medical check because he seems to be under duress. I mean, probably that is the way Consortium law would work. Sorry, I just have to process. It's fair. It's fair. It's like, oh shit.
Get him.
Quick, Ysal, quick.
New chase scene.
What's new scoop? Anyway.
Zora and Andy, your implants are certainly going to be linked to the ship's systems, and you're going to get a ping from the bridge. The comm system is going.
Can I answer it from here, or do I have to go back up?
No, you don't have the equipment
Okay.
in your implant to do so.
Okay. Yeah. Well, the phone's ringing. I'll be back.
Thank you, Andy.
And now I'll do a medical check of our visitor, of James.
Mr. Thomas.
Just as the lift is raising, just submit. Trust me.
How painful are you going to make it, Ysal?
I'm
I
not.
believe the
Yeah,
I believe
know.
the
I
request
think
was
you
extra
probably wouldn't.
painless.
Like, you don't have any reason to, really.
Possibly a little scary. You know, bring out, like, open the bag and show off all the big, sharp, pointy objects. But
Just take out all of the pointy things to get the tongue depressor.
Your intelligence and medicine, I mean, even visually, you know there's nothing wrong with him. So you are just going through the motions. Andy, do you run to the bridge or just stroll?
We'll walk fast.
Yeah, okay. You're going to come to the bridge. There's an incoming communication request, so it's a more advanced thing than the pod.
Mm-hmm.
Two-way
All right.
communications.
Oh, someone actually on the other end. This is the Cassandra. You've reached the pilot, Andy. How can I help you?
This is Lieutenant Dechev on the glowworm. I've got Captain O'Brien for you.
Welcome through.
He'll not take off the microphone. Like you'll hear him go, Captain, I've got the Cassandra. And you'll probably get a visual, to be honest. Do you still have the cigarette in your
100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not lit. It's just hanging out. But yeah.
Pilot, where's your captain?
We are currently conducting a search and a rescue at this point. They're below with the rest of the crew checking out our rescuee.
Okay, the debris of the ship that you're nearby is that related to the rescue?
Yes.
Okay.
Before you ask, there's no black box. I already checked.
Huh. How interesting.
Does seem weird, yeah. But I mean,
yeah, that is a bit odd.
really-
We're in the region. We're going to come and provide assistance. We'll be there within 20 minutes or so.
seems unnecessary, but all right, that's weird.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go back down.
5 successes.
He's in perfect health, apart from the leg. I mean, the leg is fine, but perfect biological health, and the implant seems to work.
His stress levels are elevated.
Yeah, I mean, he is clearly very stressed and worried about the current situation. With 5 successes, when you don't stab him, you would expect his heart rate to go down and him to reduce stress levels. It doesn't. He seems to be continually stressed.
You seem to be particularly apprehensive.
Oh no, mate! I just got to get to Ogmios Free Colony. Sorry, New Ogmios. I'm really sorry. That was Ed, the GM screw up.
Yeah.
I've got to get to New Ogmios. I want to get there within the next couple of days, and this ship will get me there. So I'm sort of waiting to hear whether the captain's gonna let us. You know, you look like the empathetic sort. Whether you're gonna, if I get there in 3 days, it's of significant benefit to me, and I'm sure it's probably out of your way. But in a ship like this, you can easily make it in a day and a half max.
What was to check for lying? Or for deception?
Intelligence, persuasion.
Intelligence, persuasion.
I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna roll that. That's a non-starter with me, but like this guy. Oh boy.
50.
The sus is strong with this one.
Sorry,
Only 2 successes.
none of you are even slightly shifty.
Yeah, but we're shifty in our own way.
Sorry, how many was that?
2.
2. So with 2 successes, as far as you can tell, he's telling the truth. I mean, you've literally got a scanner on him right now. If he was lying, his vital signs would change.
Hmm.
He is telling the truth. Probably not the whole truth, but he is telling the truth. He wants to get to Ogmios quickly.
Can I give you anything to maybe help you relax?
I'm good, Doc. I need to get to Ogmios, my
What's
escape
at New
pod can't do it in
Ogmios?
time, without. Sorry.
What's at New Ogmios?
Well, it's it's an open like an open port, a trading area, and you know how it is with the Outsystem Combine. They welcome people, and I'm looking for work, and I was told that if I get there in time, there's some work there for me. I assume you're sort of keeping the scanner on him while he's talking.
Yeah.
Again, he's kind of not lying. Like, he's not. His vital signs don't show him to be lying. So there's some work there, and I just want to. Yeah, Andy, you're probably down.
Okay. And what was the captain's name and the ship? I forgot.
That one.
Yeah.
Gareth O'Brien. The ship's the Glowworm.
All right.
I'm just staring at this guy's arms holding my bone saw, thinking about elbow grease. Surely he'd do better with a mechanical arm.
Captain.
Like, you would know from your medical experience that mechanical arms are way more efficient than biological ones.
So that was Captain O'Brien with the glowworm. They've decided they want to, I guess, check up on us. At this point, they should be here in about 17 minutes.
Andy, because you have not previously encountered the glowworm and you aren't command, you probably wouldn't have like a directory of what every ship is. Zora, on the other hand, you would know that the glowworm is a light cruiser. It's assigned to patrol this region of space looking for pirates. Like, it's quite a big area that it's got to patrol. Yeah. I suppose it's somewhat logical they could want to be around.
Would she know who the captain was to know that?
You might have access to the cliff notes of his service record. He worked his way up from being a helmsman all the way to being captain. He's been in the service about 15 years.
Sorry, to clarify, I mean, would she know that the captain is the captain of the ship as opposed?
Yes.
Well, I mean, yeah.
That would certainly be listed. Like, who the captain is would be listed.
Yeah.
So he's been in the service about 15 years, and he's really not done anything particularly outstanding or interesting. They fought in a few small engagements with the resistance and with the pirates, but nothing like he didn't win any huge victories. There were some retreats, and it was very, very minor stuff. Like he's just a nondescript captain in Smirtios. There are probably 100 like him.
Well, that doesn't raise any alarms.
So you would have had the scanner still pointed at dude, right? When Andy came down and said that.
Yeah.
Did his heart do anything interesting
Yeah.
when he heard that captain and that ship?
Yeah, particularly when he heard that it was on its way, the agitation that he seems to be experiencing would have increased somewhat. Yeah, so Ogmios, right? I mean, otherwise I might miss out on the job. In if I don't get there in 2 days, can we get going?
No, we're having a rendezvous. Apparently, a little unusual, but I mean, if we leave now, they're going to get really mad.
Surely your duty is like to the guy you rescued and whatever, and me getting this job is really important to the rest of my life. So,
well, I mean, if you were in immediate medical peril and we needed to get you somewhere post haste, I mean, we can. I mean, we are looking for elbow grease, so if you want to donate an arm, we can get you somewhere faster.
I can't believe that Andy said that.
The gun, the Chekhov's gun. It's sitting on the counter. Everyone wants to grab it.
As we have ascertained, however, you do not seem to be under any sort of medical duress.
Sorry, are you telling me that if I give you an arm, you'll take me to Ogmios like now?
No.
James, I was joking.
Oh.
Were you seriously? Are you worried about that?
Yeah, like I need a job, man. I'm really
Great,
worried about the job. His vitals are already all over the place, so you have no idea which bit of it he's like.
Probably just some routine captain being captainy and checking up on things. It shouldn't take long.
But I mean, if I miss out on this job, it's really bad. Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
But having watched James's vitals dancing over the scanner, can you also just look at Akak and say a phrase that he said a few times in their careers? And just say, Akak, would you give me a hand with the patient, please? Otherwise, could you please
immediately go to restrain
with the rock?
I comply immediately.
Are you going to smack him on the back of the head with the rock?
Absolutely. If that's what we've established that means, then yes. Yes, I do.
Roll me a strength and roll to smack him on the back of the head with a rock.
Alright, so just making sure I am rolling 12 dice for this, right?
You are rolling 12. Just want to double check. Sorry. 3, 4, grab the character sheet.
6,
The goal is unconsciousness, not death.
7 plus 5 is 12, yeah.
And do I have to, affectate non-lethal?
No. You can definitely say it is non-lethal.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna non-lethally bludgeon this man.
Yes.
With a rock.
You can always say I'm going to stop short of killing them in nearly every case. I mean, if you fumble, maybe you
his head off.
mistake, but
Is that a 1 or a 0? Okay. Let's see. 10. 10.
10s across the board.
Mia's
he
captain
doesn't see
is
it
terrifying.
coming, so I'm actually going to say a 5 or better is okay.
Okay, I have 2 10s and 3 7s, so I do have a 5. Do you want me to roll more?
Yes.
Because I can roll twice more.
Keep rolling.
Hell yeah.
2 10s and 3 7s and a 5, so that's 6 successes so far.
Mm-hmm. So 5s are also successes?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
In that case, I have 4 5s total.
Okay.
Oh my.
So that is
9?
what's that? 9?
9 so far?
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes, that is correct.
Okay. And you didn't roll any 6s because they would also be successes.
Yeah, no. My others are 2 4s, a 2, and 2 1s.
Okay. So roll those 9 for damage. You'll need to roll an 8 to knock him out.
I have to roll an 8 total on 9d10?
One occasion.
One of them has to be an 8.
Or a 9 or a 10.
Gotcha. We're money. That's a 10.
Boom. So you just walk up behind him. No, you walk up in front of him because he's still sat in the seat, and you just whack him on the head, and you just go,
I rocking both hands, direct contact the center of forehead. Dunk.
He's like you see his eyes widen for a moment and then bunk.
The patient has been restrained, doctor.
Was that necessary?
Thank you, Akakak.
Sora sort of looks around, looks at James, looks around again, and then just
It's so discontentious that Jay is here and that the guy is
I
named
know.
James.
It's just as a moment out of character, it's messing with my head because one of the other characters I've played in one of our games for a while was called Andy. My real name is James, and my brain is just triggered every time a name is mentioned. I'm like, what? Who? No, okay. What? Who? Oh, no, okay.
I'm really
So
sorry.
funny.
Actually, someone did that to me in my very first Consortium, except it was deliberate. My brother decided to name his character Alex because there was another person at the table called Alex. So, to annoy me, and that's why I got into the habit of only referring to people by their character names from now on,
Yeah.
because I have no choice,
Yeah.
to be unambiguous. So, yes, I only refer to people as their character names. This one was just, I'm bad at making up names, so I made up a name.
Yeah.
So
Cool.
funny. I love
I
it.
mean,
So, yes, Yasol will look around at the group and go, from monitoring his vitals, as soon as Captain Whom's name was mentioned, he was
right.
clearly either very excited or extremely concerned.
Heck,
I mean,
checks for boner.
I'm not worried. I don't know why he'd be concerned, but I mean, is the glowworm something we should be worried about, Captain?
it is the name of a light cruiser. The captain is the named captain of the ship.
You can see Andy putting the math together.
It makes sense that they do operate in this area. It would make sense, as they do chase down pirates, that they would want to check the rooms of the ship without a black box.
He's very... Jimmy, are you a pirate?
For shame.
Akakak, would you perhaps just have a look in the pod, just to make sure there's nothing in there that
Of course,
shouldn't
Captain.
be in there?
Yeah, I searched the escape pod.
Intelligence, and I'll give you engineering for this one, actually.
Intelligence? Let's go. So how does this work? Because I do have a half modifier, so I take my total dice and then remove my half, or just the intelligence one?
Your half modifier only relates to leveling up, and you cannot have less than one.
Okay, so okay, cool.
You just have one intelligence.
All right, cool. 6 dice.
I've got faith in you, Akakak.
Can I use my engineer's kit for this or no?
Yes. I think it's probably got a scanner of some sort in it. You can certainly scan over the systems and make sure there's nothing weird.
All right.
Captain has faith in you.
Yasol will be restraining James.
Like putting him in restraints.
Yeah.
That is 3 successes.
You found room for restraints in your medical kit.
Of course. You can't have a patient thrashing about whilst you're trying to do emergency medical surgery.
With a rock and some foliage, of course not. They have to be restrained.
For their own safety as much as my own.
How many was that, Akakak?
3 successes.
3. The escape pod looks clean. That doesn't. The food and water supplies are empty. The air is low. Like he was telling the truth.
Everything appears to be in order, Captain.
You've got more access to these things than I do, Cap. Is he wanted for anything?
No. He's not on any. He's not on any list you have.
Nothing that I can access. Otherwise, well, he would have been placed under arrest immediately after coming on board.
Yeah, I mean, you should have pinged. Yeah, but I mean, you know. All right. Well, I think at this point we got about 10 minutes until the glowworm gets here.
Let's perhaps.
Are we bringing him up?
Move him up to the medical bay. We can restrain him there. And then if
Alright,
he
that's
does
all
need
you,
to
buddy.
be sedated, you
Thank
can
you.
sedate
pick
him
him up.
the medical way as opposed to the more traditional blunt force impact
Yeah,
method.
an injury to fix.
I really hope I gave this guy brain damage.
How would you tell?
I mean, he wakes up and he's different.
You mean he doesn't come onto Zora?
Yeah, please leave
God,
Zora alone.
hopefully.
You fixed him?
He does not have enough money for Zora.
No, he doesn't.
No.
Yosar is capable of fixing him.
He doesn't have enough money for himself. He's got none. Approximately 0 money.
It's the only reason Zora's not been checking his pockets.
Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming they're probably going to want to dock with us or bring us on board,
Why?
depending on how big a light cruiser is in comparison to us. So
they won't be able to bring you inside their ship. You're too big for
Yeah.
that. But they may well want to dock with you.
yeah, so I'll head back up and prepare for that
Okay.
while they take him unconscious man.
Akakak and Yosar, you go to the med bay, presumably, because Akakak's carrying
Yep.
him. Zora, what are you doing?
Zora is going to pop to her cabin very quickly. Just make sure all of her uniform
Everything
is
perfect.
everything's
Yeah.
perfect. Any sidearm or anything, everything just pristine. Needs to
Yeah.
make a great first impression.
Yeah, you notice that there's a smudge on your uniform, so you change it for a clean one, and yeah, that takes a minute or two.
Yeah,
Like literally
100%.
a minute or two. You're military, you're quite used to doing that sort of thing. Especially you, who want to look good for all the senior officers, so that you get promoted. So
She
Zora
does.
used to quick costume changes.
Yeah, she does also send out just a quick warning to everybody else, just to make sure they are presenting their best face to.
Important question. Do Zimians wear clothes?
often no. You might wear some something over your chest, maybe a band around it or a sash around it or something that has some insignia on it, but generally no. Your reproductive organs don't hang out like a human, so it's just sort of more socially accepted that Zemians generally no, not so much.
I
Unless you're wearing
polish
armor
I
or
polish the medical booties I'm wearing.
Unless you're wearing armor. Oh, you are wearing armor. So you're wearing medium armor. I actually have a picture of that, if that's helpful. I don't know if you can share this on the stream or not, but
Yep.
I can at least send you a picture of the armor that you are wearing, or an example of the armor. Doesn't have to strictly look exactly like this. Where is it? Here. Zillion medium armor. So it doesn't have to strictly look like this. This is about the amount of protection that you have. Joints are pretty free. You aren't too restrained, but and you probably don't wear the helmet on the ship and whatnot.
He's so handsome.
I do actually have a picture of all of these characters for the record. I'll show you at the end.
Yeah, so I guess I and also we can't forget wearing medical booties on all 4 feet and hands.
And all 4 feet and hands. Yeah, you've probably had to take the medical booties off your hands to do the engineering stuff you've been doing.
I mean, again, I would just be struggling unless someone did tell me to.
I should have
feel like-
like you, but I didn't think of it, so you've got away with it.
Fully to my own detriment, I would have just kept them on.
So, Zora's getting ready. Andy, you get a message saying, "I hope you're putting your best foot forward." You know, in terms of presentation. Presumably knowing you.
Face. I'm like, I have but one face. Just to the empty cockpit. I have but one face to put forward. It's a good face. I think so.
Sure.
Yeah. I do nothing.
Cool.
I do my job and get us ready to dock with the ship. But yeah.
Geisel will be tending to the restrained patient, making sure that he's actually okay, just unconscious.
He seems fine. He's not really. Yeah, he's not very responsive as a result of being unconscious. But apart from that, he does have a little bit of. He probably has a small skull fracture which you can fix. But yeah, I mean, nothing too serious.
Yeah.
He's so tiny. I love him.
So there you go. That's
I got that booty.
that's some quick images of the characters that I have from the book that they are featured in. So, Andy, you better roll me a wits and pilot.
No, all right. 11.
Yeah, Akakak, what are you doing once you've dropped him off in the med bay? Are you staying there or going somewhere else?
Well, the captain did instruct us to look our best, so I'm just kind of like, I'm trying to spruce up the armor and the medical booties, but I'm just in a cycle of use the booty to clean the armor, booty is now dirty, use the armor to like wipe off the. It's just, it's going nowhere very fast.
7.
Okay. You are going to get a communication coming in again. Do you respond?
Yeah.
Yeah. It says.
Is it the glowworm again, or something else?
Yeah, from the glowworm. Yeah.
Okay.
And it's the captain again, Gareth O'Brien. And he says, can you confirm your crew is listed as 4 and you have 5 life signs aboard? You have picked up a survivor?
Correct.
What's his identity? And as he asks that question, your 7 successes in piloting reveal that they have locked onto you with their weapons.
Captain, sir, why are you putting a weapons lock on us?
Standard procedure. What's the identity of the individual you picked up?
I feel like it's not. I'm just gonna roll. James Thomas?
Absolutely not standard procedure.
Yeah,
You are absolutely correct.
Like, I have read the book at one point. Oh.
It was a long time ago, but
Yeah. But yeah, I will like relay what we have on him, since we can, like, James Thomas, here's what we know, like.
Damn it. And he'll end the call.
The fuck? I'm just gonna... Captain, to the bridge, please. Captain, to the bridge.
Zora runs to the bridge, like full on sprints, because this is the most polite Andy has been since she's been on board.
It takes you under 30 seconds. No, under 10 seconds to get to the bridge, probably.
Like, she comes screeching to a halt, smooths her uniform down, and says, I'm here.
Spin. So, as you can see from this readout, they have a weapons lock on us.
Oh, and there are the weapons powering up, by the way.
Evasive maneuvers?
Aye, aye.
All right, we're going into space combat. Now, this is lots of fun. Everyone gets to be in their own specific location. You take a station each. I assume, Zora, you're going to be the captain. I assume, Andy, you're going to be the pilot. I assume, Ysal, you're in the med bay for now. And since this ship doesn't have any weapons, I assume, Akakak,
Okay.
you are in the engineering, or you headed to engineering, I'm assuming.
We are
Yeah.
unarmed.
Anyway.
That's great.
I mean, have I been? Has anyone told me? Because if not, no.
Well, I was about to ask Zora,
Yeah.
are you going to hit the battle stations?
Oh yeah, 100%. Like bang, just straight away, and yeah, puts out
All
a
right,
call.
engineering.
Okay, so the way this works is the captains roll initiative. So, Captain Zora, if you would take 1 dice, roll it, and add it to your initiative. Oh, that was garbage. Add it to your initiative. Oh, wait, me first. Okay, that applies.
That's what I was just about to ask. Yeah.
No, it does. It does. Me first. You so as the captain, you are able to roll a double charisma and give that successes, that many successes dice to the person of your choice on the ship. Who is that going to be? I mean, I guess Andy, but okay. So double charisma.
1, 2, 3, 4 with 1 exploding. 4 successes.
Right. So Andy, you said
Mhm.
maneuvers. So you're going to roll me a wits and pilot
Mhm.
plus 4 extra dice.
4 extra dice. Okay.
So you've got a few there. What's that? 12?
That is. That's 15 dice.
No, 10, 15. 10, 15. Yeah, 15.
Out of curiosity, do you have enough D10s? Because I did not. I will be buying more D10s.
Recommend. When I'm setting out for a game in physical, I usually have 10d10 per person.
Oh my god.
Roll approximately 1 billion D10.
The most I rolled in my presence is 48, and the most anyone has ever fumbled on is 36.
Oh my god.
7 threshold fumble, 4 more ones than successes on 36 dice.
Matt, you've played this before.
I was just thinking that. I was literally just thinking that.
And that was 1 week after I had fumbled on 34 dice on a 7 threshold.
Damn, beat your record by an inch.
I was literally just thinking, like, have I played this game before?
I am the worst roller in existence.
High five.
I guarantee it. I mean, I did just roll a 1 for my initiative. just to give an example.
Alright, I got 8 successes. And while I'm like getting ready to dip, dodge, duck, dive, and weave, I'm gonna like reopen the comms, be like, this is the Cassandra to the glowworm. Please do not fire on us. There's no cause for this.
Even called it by the right name? We are in trouble.
Yysar will have a go in a moment, but you are able to speak for free if you would like to communicate.
No, because it would need to be to an action, so it's fine. I'll wait. Sorry.
You have 8 defense on your ship, which is very good. The light cruisers are basically one big gun as the center of the superstructure. It's a great big mass driver, railgun, if you like.
Mhm.
I prefer the term mass driver. Basically it fires, pew, and it basically shoots straight past you because you weren't where their gunnery officer expected when they fired. Because Andy, you are an excellent pilot.
This is not standard procedure.
5 fighters launch from the light cruiser. They probably only have 5. 5 fighters launch from the light cruiser. Let me triple check, but I am pretty sure you don't have any specific weapons on the ship. I'm just going to double check that's, but I'm like 99% sure.
So,
Captain, you have 1 defensive laser cannon.
Cool.
You have a defensive laser cannon on your ship that you could use to attack fighters with if you wanted to.
I mean, that feels like an escalation.
No one is currently at an escalation. If that strike weapon had hit you, you would be dead.
Oh,
and it went through where you were. You can use that laser cannon. No one is currently at the laser cannon station to use it. Using it will be dexterity and gunnery. So it may even be that Ysal is actually the best candidate. They don't have any reason to use their defensive gunner. So, engineer, Akakak, you notice that energy output on the engine spikes. There's no damage on the ship at the moment. Is there anything you would like to do?
Just report the spiking of activity. I don't think I have any engineering actions that I can perform if the ship's not damaged. Can I like boost engines?
You might be able to. You could try.
I'm gonna wait until someone tells me to do something. That's my character trait.
Which brings us back to other actions, which allows you, Ysal to act. You can change stations, or you can do something in the medical bay. Totally up to you.
So, this might be multiple things. So, I'm just going to say my intention, and then we can work out how it chops up. Yeah. So, I would like to awaken our guest, so I can start asking him questions about what on earth is happening with the people that he seemed to be scared of when they were mentioned, now trying apparently to kill us. So it would be waking him up, I guess would be my action, like a medical waking him up. I'd also, whether this is part of this or it happened in the meantime. Yeah. After hearing his story about how he got his leg, but then it couldn't afford anything else done to it. Kind of once we got into the medical bay, if there was anything that I could have done to check its software versions or maybe update it to bring it up to current standards, bug fixes. Whilst it was,
I definitely think you can cue that in his implant for him to accept.
Yeah. I think that's something that Ysal would like to have done from the fact that he served in the war. And Ysal would have believed that the company should have, at least done that much.
I mean, it's also not that unusual for this sort of thing to happen. You don't pass the fitness level anymore because you took ages to recuperate.
Yeah.
That sort of thing. Okay, cool. So you can do both of those things. That's no problem. One of them is just a push of the button, the latter.
Yeah.
I don't think I could have you roll, but I don't really feel the need to have you roll to wake him up.
Okay.
I think you're more than capable of doing that.
Okay.
So I'm going to make that a trivial action. It takes time, but and he won't wake up this turn, but he'll wake up for next turn because you want him to wake up quickly.
Yep.
So
Cool.
you'll be able to question him next turn. And we come back to the captains. So you need to roll your double charisma again.
Mm-hmm.
And does it go to Andy again?
It will be going to Andy again.
Yeah. You have to declare it before you roll, just in case you roll a fumble, basically. So, Andy, fine.
They had weapons lock on us, and then I sent them, the details of, our passenger, and then this happened. So, riddle me that.
That is 3 successes and one failure, so 3 successes.
Okay. 3 successes. So 3 extra dice for
Yeah.
Andy. Are you dodging again? You're still
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you have 2 other options for the record. If you had offensive gunnery, you could make it easier for the offensive gun to hit them. You don't. You could make it easier for the defensive gunnery to hit them. No point when no one's sitting there. So I'm assuming defense for now.
Yeah.
So it's your wits and pilot again, +3. See how you do.
Yeah.
Would trying to talk to the other ship be an action?
No, that would be a free action if you're on the bridge and you would like to do it, Zora.
Yeah, so Zora would also like to broadcast to the other ship and just, she just would broadcast the other ship. This is Captain Zora of the SAR Cassandra. What is going on?
You will not receive a reply.
She will stop just broadcasting out to anyone and everyone, and she will just essentially be like live streaming what's going on. This is Captain Zora of the SAR Cassandra. We are under attack by the light cruiser Glowworm, thank you. The attack is unprovoked.
Right.
Yeah, it clicked. It just literally, the name just vanished off the top of my head as I was trying to say it. This attack is unprovoked, as anybody will be able to see by our black box. If there are any vehicles, if there are any ships in the area, please attend.
I got 4 that time. Not nearly as good.
4. Yeah, not nearly as good. So the fighters close in. Yeah, I thought it was good. The fighters close in, and they're actually going to deal some damage to your shields. Now, the Cassandra has a shield 25, and they're only able to sort of... Obviously, your shields are up since you're running around. However, they land 5 solid hits on your shield.
Shit.
They're just sort of buzzing around you. You're very good, Andy, but it's very hard to avoid a fighter that just has the maneuverability on you with a ship this size, which is much larger.
Right.
You're not going to be dodging them, not easily.
I'm gonna try to get us out of here, Captain.
Please
assuming you're okay with that.
4
Yes,
successes,
of
correct?
course.
4. You
Yeah,
got
4,
4 for
yeah.
pilot. Yep.
And Akakak,
So the strike weapon fires again. This time it does hit you.
Brace for impact.
It's only a glancing blow. You manage to dodge the brunt of it. It gets a glancing blow on your shield. You have lost 8 charges of your 25. They're closing in on you because they can outrun you, so they're actually going to try and use their defensive weapons on you as well. At -4, they don't have lots of dice. They miss. So they go for some laser cannon defensive weapons, hoping to hit you. They're kind of all over the place. They're not really... The ship isn't lined up to shoot you, so they don't do a great job. They miss.
Akakak, could you please try to see to the shields?
I've got some really bad news for you. You can't repair shields. You can only repair hull damage.
I had a feeling you was going to say that.
Yes, I'm afraid so. You can't actually repair shields.
Instead of that, give us more speed, Ak.
And we are in fact at Ak. So you've been asked for more speed.
I provide more speed.
Roll me an intelligence and engineering to attempt to provide more speed.
With engineering kit?
With engineering, 100%. Yeah, definitely. Let me have a look at what the speed difference actually is here. I've got the page. Right.
Be tried listing lazily to the left.
And
Is that a
well, that's happening.
Family Guy.
I got 4 successes.
I have maybe a suggestion.
Your speed is 40 and theirs is 50, so they are slightly faster than you in the general case. However, you got 4 successes. I'm going to say you've increased to the same speed as them. With 4 successes. You're now at 50 speed.
All right. Would it be absolutely terrible and inhumane of us to put little Jimmy back in his pod and just let him go?
Well, now that we're
I think
live
he's what they
streaming,
want.
I don't think it matters at this point.
I appreciate you're under some pressure, but I'm going to have to make you roll a double willpower for that because it's not in character for the rest of the things you've done. I appreciate it's a stressful situation. Double willpower. If you get a low enough result, you'll be okay with it. Otherwise, you're going to be like, no, we have to get through this. He's being unfairly targeted and unfairly attacked.
Is it over comms? Can I hear it?
Which? Sorry.
Can we give?
No, he hasn't actually said it yet.
Right.
Okay.
He failed this role because I'm saying that because although I understand the reaction, it's very out of character for Andy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Andy.
If Zora had said it, I'd be like, yeah, fine, yeah, definitely.
I had 1 success, 1 fumble. So Nothing.
Well, in that case, maybe you are okay with it. You know it would be incredibly inhumane and wrong, but
Oh, I
you're
did, but-
asking the question.
But we are fucked.
I'm going to say something now, and I'm
Yep.
hoping people may get the reference here. So you'd like us to send them a message in the bottle?
We are not the police.
Better than a genie at any rate.
I mean, as long as it rubs me the right way. I don't know, Captain. I'm panicking.
Yosal, any luck in getting him to talk?
Yosal, he's now woken up and you are now ready to talk to him. I think now is the appropriate time to do that.
Okay. So, with everything kind of shaking and rattling around, Yosal.
He's like, what's going on? You hit me in the head with a rock.
No, you have a concussion.
You plural.
Akakak hit you in the head with a rock. I brought you back around.
You plural.
You have a minor fracture in your skull, but that's the least of your worries right now because
What? Why?
because the glowworm is currently firing upon us, and I need to know why.
Don't say I didn't warn you. Jeez.
You didn't warn us. Why? And I'll just push on his forehead where he was hit with the rock.
Ow! Ow! Roll me intelligence and intimidation, I think. Because you are literally torturing him right now. So, you know.
But only a little.
Let's go!
This crew is going to the special
help. Yes.
Yeah.
They really are.
So, could I use a luck point, please?
Absolutely. I love having luck
Oh,
points
no.
given to me in space where I can crush your ship with a wave
All
of my hand.
successes.
Okay, jeez. Okay, look, they really don't like me, okay? They really want to kill me really badly.
Why? I'm not pressing, but I'm threatening.
If I tell you, they'll want to kill you too.
They're trying to kill us already. They want that now.
Ship shakes.
Okay, fine. And he will offer to transmit a file to you via cranial implant.
That sounds like a really bad idea. Do it.
Are you going to do it? There's a
Do
quote
it.
for you. That sounds like a really bad idea. Do it.
Let's do it.
One shot.
Will I do it? Will I do it? Will I do it? Yeah, I'm psychotic. Slightly psychotic. Yeah, let's do it.
Cranial implant explodes.
No, it doesn't. The file transfers. Do you choose to open it?
Can I check it for viruses first?
No, because it's like compressed or whatever, so you're not going to be able to do that, right? You have to uncompress it and open it to check it for viruses.
Yeah, I'll open it.
Cool. It is some really, really, really classified data that proves. You remember I talked about the Orion incident? Well, I didn't call it that, but the occasion where they tried to kill 14 billion people.
Yeah.
It proves that happened. It's readout data from the Orion, internal data, proof that they were boarded, proof that there was a weapon, plans for the weapon, details and everything. And he says, I was paid. Well, I'm going to be paid lots of money. So I had to transport it to, to New Ogmios. Anyway, I'm going to go back to the captain now while you process that. Second. No, sorry. Before I go back to the captain. Oh yeah, there is some bad news about that. Now I'm going to go to the captain.
Okay.
Captain, you're going to roll your charisma.
It's going to be for Andy again.
Yeah, I mean, you could boost Yosal if you wanted to, but he seems to be doing fine. So,
Oh,
You already say that because I keep giving you luck points.
that
Andy,
is
I
4
assume you're
successes
doing
so
the-
far
you're
and
doing
2 exploding dice.
dodge.
What was that, Ed? I didn't catch it.
I assume you're doing your dodge again.
Yeah.
So you've got your four extra
6
dice.
extra.
With your weapon pipe.
Six extra.
Six
Okay.
extra. My bad.
Alright, so
I
that's
managed to
two more-
explode on 2, and yeah.
Very nice.
2, 3, 4,
I'm rolling like garbage. You
I
said
normally do
that
as the
you roll
GM. As the GM, I always do. It's honestly, it's the worst. You ask these
I know what
guys.
you mean. This dice here, I played for like 18 months. and
I'm
this
one
dice
die
here
short.
Never didn't roll a success when I rolled it. Not one time. And it's like now it'll roll 1s and 3s and stuff. Whenever I'm GMing, it's terrible, and whenever I'm not, that specific dice
Yep.
rolls a success every time.
Good. It's good when the GM rolls bad.
Yeah.
We like it. We love it when that happens, honestly.
Why? Because it lets you get away with your lives while I'm trying to kill you.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly that. 100% that, actually.
Valid.
Yep. All right. 1, 2, 3. That is 6.
2, 4, 6. Right, got it. Okay, the fighters are all over you still. Unfortunately, they don't pay any attention to your dodging. Again, you're going to take 5 more hits on your shield. They are absolutely having you for breakfast.
Shield's down to 12.
Gotta need a little more out of you, buddy.
The fighters are going to go much faster than you over short distances.
Yeah.
They will run out of fuel eventually, but they are going to go a lot faster than you.
Is there like a wormhole nearby?
Not really. You're quite far out system. In fact, you aren't even heading anywhere specific. You're just dodging at the moment.
Yeah.
Are you going to head anywhere specific?
Is there somewhere I can go?
So the nearest place is probably New Ogmios. It's a day and a half away.
Head towards New Ognios. Even if it's a day and a half away, maybe we can hit like a trade lane or something.
Yep. Something, yeah.
Zora is just going to keep broadcasting like the battle. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sending out everything she can.
Yeah, in that direction.
The offensive gunner on the other side is going to take another pot shot at you. Andy, you dodge it very nicely. No chance. They don't even come close. The defensive gunners fail as well. Yeah, no progress on your shield there. It's the fighters that are mincing your shield at the moment.
Did you learn anything useful?
Engineering first.
Yeah.
We'll come back to you, Sol.
My command has not been changed. Can I give us more speed?
Roll me
More
an
speed.
intelligence and engineering.
All of the speed.
The engines start glowing.
I'm good.
We too are the glowworm.
You are definitely a worm.
That is 4 successes, 110.
Cool. Did you do your roll up for the 10?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, cool. Did you roll any 1s?
I did not.
Okay. Unfortunately, with only 4 successes again, all you're going to do is the same as you did before. Like, you can't.
Gotcha.
You need more successes than that to get more, right? But you are maintaining it, traveling at this speed without any issues, which is good. Yosal.
There was some bad news.
There's a virus in the program in the data. It's gonna fry my neurons. Well, I mean, it's already frying my neurons bit by bit. I've got about a day and a half before the damage is irreversible. If you open the file, then I didn't tell you to open the file. So if you open the file, then you're probably in the same kind of boat now. It'll fry your neurons until you're dead, bit by bit.
Fair enough. Bigger problems right now. I'll give him what's the word? Not sedative. Stimulant. A stimulant to get him going and restrain him. And go. You're coming with me to help us win this fight, and then we're gonna run to the bridge.
Okay.
Um,
He's gonna follow you. I think probably next turn is when you're going to show up. Because 6 seconds, you know, it's quite.
Yeah, there's.
So,
yeah.
Captains. Roll. Who are you giving it to? Oh, that's better.
I'm gonna give it to Ak.
Okay.
I'm gonna have faith in Andy. He's our trustworthy pilot. He's gonna get us out of here in one piece.
Very good, but he's piloting a slow, unarmed ship that flies like a brick away from a military.
With any luck, Ak is gonna get us further away from the other ship with the extra successes that I'm definitely gonna roll here.
Yeah, and you definitely won't fumble. It'll be fine.
Exactly.
Yeah, gotcha. Oh, that was bad. Made up for the good.
I got 2 successes out of 6 dice.
Did you get any ones?
I did not. I rolled lots of 6s.
Okay. I think I'll leave it. I'm asking because of that bad luck point. You know, I can really turn things around for my crew on the glowworm here.
Yeah, the ones who need it.
The fighters are going to open fire. This time...
Should I defend first?
I really should have rolled them in. Oh, you should do your roll, yes. Sorry, the fighters ignore it, so I'll roll for them as well anyway. I assume that you are still going for defense, Andy.
Okay.
I've got faith in you, Andy.
Is it faith of the heart?
It is.
No. It's strength of the soul. Sorry, what?
And that's the heart of the cards.
Oh. It may have been misplaced.
It's all right. No one's gonna bend. No one's gonna bend or break the Cassandra. They're just gonna explode it.
So I think with the distraction of the doc and Jimmy walking onto the bridge, I'm like, I got 3. I'm like, what is happening now?
Did you roll any ones?
I rolled 1-1.
That's not enough to make it worthwhile. That's a shame. Okay. You have 3 turns.
Oh, hold on. I missed one. That's 4 actually.
4 successes.
Everything looks the same. Well, the pile of dice.
All right.
But
The fighters are still
not my best.
attacking pretty well. 3 hits on the shield this time. You are down to 9 remaining shield tings.
Oh, damn it!
And then you'll start taking hull damage, which at least Akakak can actually fix. The gunner from the whatchamacallit? The glowworm. Opens fire, hits you for another 2, so you're down to 7. 7 remaining shield tings, and then your shield is gone.
We're having trouble, guys. Tell me something.
We are onto engineering. Akakak, you've been ordered by the captain to
go faster.
Go faster.
More faster.
The captain's role represents going, right, come on, you can do this and find leadership, right?
Okay, so I add his successes as dice for my roll. All right.
You hear Zora, and Zora's just like, Akakak, you've been helping us, we've been getting more speed, but I need more out of you, Akakak. Just more. We need to outrun this ship. We can't find
them. Into it.
Is a 6 still a success, or is it 7 now?
No, 7.
Okay.
That was only for that unexpected brawl roll.
3 successes.
Medicine roll.
Akakak, you are confident that if you boost the engines even any further at all, the ship will start to fall apart.
You can't take much more than this.
I forgot about this. Don't I have a thing where if I'm doing something alone, I double a die or something?
You do. You are doing engineering. You are absolutely right. Sorry, I forgot about it too. My bad. I will let you roll that many again because you are doing it alone. Oh no, hang on.
I mean, not this time. It would have worked for the last two, but this is the one I'm being helped on. So
this counts as assisted because you're being assisted.
Yeah.
So you have double the number of dice if you are not assisted by the captain.
Stupid captain.
So basically, you think that if you increase the engines anymore, the ship will tear itself apart. You're thinking about that. You're trying to figure out a way of doing it. Okay, which I'm going to represent by the captain, presumably not giving you dice next time because it's not going to help. Okay. Ysal and James run onto the bridge and sort of look around confused. Like, James looks panicked. Ysal is like, well, Ysal.
Ysal will yell to James to man a station, look at Zora and say, "Are we broadcasting?"
Continuously.
And then open a channel to... Sorry, my brain is just it's in too much of a Star Trek place right now. And now it's gone into bloody Norse mythology. What's my name?
Ysal?
Ysal. Sorry, suddenly I've been playing too much Marvel. Can Ysal hit the button to open communications to the glowworm?
Assuming that Zora will allow him to, yes.
Ysal will hit the open channel button and go, "This is the Cassandra to the glowworm. Call off your fighters immediately, or I will broadcast the file," and then cite the file name, across every single channel that I have available in this sector, with Yashivma as my hatchling. Yashivma, who I've just made up, is one of the Aleutian gods.
Sure, why not?
Yeah,
fine.
because why not? Don't have time to read law.
I
It's
don't
just
think
general
Aleutian gods are quoted. Like, there are probably millions of Aleutian religions because they're so pro, like, personal choice.
Yeah.
So there are probably loads and loads and loads of religions, to be honest. So fine, Yashivma is now
Our patron saint of psychopathic doctors.
Yeah.
How long are you going to wait for a response?
Yes. If they hit, if the fighters shoot us again, then you will absolutely broadcast the file with a forewarning that if you open this, it contains a virus that will...
Yeah, but you haven't stated that, but
Oh, sorry.
James will grab Zora's sidearm, and point it at your head and pull the trigger. Because he believes you're about to spread this virus that kills people to literally everybody everywhere. Like, he believes that you're about to do that. And in the moment, yeah, it's a logical reaction from him, I think. I will give you your defense. You can try and dodge out the way when you see the gun, like, move. Your defense is, it should be 1. That's actually an error, because your wits is only 1. Zora, your gun is grabbed. In fact, I'm going to give you one other chance. Your gun is grabbed. You feel it leave the holster at your side. You're sat in the captain's chair, like, focusing on Andy or whatever. What do you want to do?
Bear with 1 second, sorry. As a gun does have.
You have... I'm saying you have an auto pistol, not the assault rifle, because we talked about a sidearm.
Yeah.
An auto pistol is 168.
Does Zora have any other sort of weapon, any sort of, like, knife or anything else?
Zora always has another weapon. Zora is a weapons master. Zora definitely has another weapon. No doubt in my mind.
Can Zora just try and strike out at James with the knife?
Okay.
Just
Roll
instantly.
me a wits and melee to do that.
Wits and melee is
You will not get any defense, but it is going to kind of suck for you because that's not great skills for you.
Mm-hmm. That's okay.
I'm just trying to think. A knife is going to be 7-9.
I have got weapon master, though, haven't I? So I can just do.
I need to remind myself what weapon master does.
think it
Yes,
was
it's going to be
just
a 5 to hit.
5 to hit.
No, sorry, you can add 5 hits to
I
your
can
hit
add
roll.
5 hits to my hit rolls.
Presumably, you would like to do that.
Yes.
So you will get at least 5 hits plus. Basically, you get 5 successes off this plus whatever else you roll.
So I've got 7 successes.
Okay, so you are going to roll 12 dice for damage then.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
And if you roll a single 9, you have killed him. I assume you're not trying to not kill him.
No, I'm trying to kill him. I've rolled 2 9s straight away.
Okay, he is dead.
Yeah.
His finger is going to tense on the trigger though. I'll give him half dice. Let's see if we can kill Ysol. Whoops. You're definitely hit, Ysol. Let's see if you die. Yep, you're dead. You're dead with qualifier. You are shot in the head, Ysol. You are going to be. You're basically, Andy. What's happening behind you is you sort of see some movement out of the corner of your eye, and then you hear a and then you hear a bang, and then you hear 2 bodies hit the floor.
What the actual fuck right now? Really?
Zora's just like Zora's so focused on what's going on, so doesn't even realise she's just got like a knife buried into James's like
throat. And Zora's just standing there with a knife buried in James's
like she's still focused on what's going on right in front of her. And it's just like knife buried in throat.
So you aren't dead. When a player receives a kill threshold hit, they take health damage. I'm going to give you 4 health damage, full pain damage, and you're going to bleed out 1 health per combat turn until someone helps you.
Zora immediately sort of looks round and just ack to the bridge, ack to the bridge.
Oh my god.
And broadcasts.
By the way, the crew are killing each other.
Broadcasts out to the.
Just another day in the solar system.
Broadcasts out to the glowworm. Captain of the glowworm. This is Captain of the Cassandra. The individual you wish to claim possession of is deceased. An accident has happened aboard the ship. Would you like to take possession of his body? We are happy to place it inside of the pod for you to claim. Please respond within the next 6 seconds.
Coincidentally. Andy, it's you now. What are you gonna do?
Keep dodging and running. That's about all I can do.
Right, I'm gonna give you a 9 threshold at the moment because there's a little bit of shit going down here. And it's a bit distracting to have your crew members blow each other's brains out and stab each other in the middle of a fight while you're trying to concentrate.
Yeah.
Turns out that's really, really bad for the concentration.
Yeah, a little bit.
Turns out. Who knew?
At least Zora did it quietly. You know, Knife was conscious of the...
Yeah, I mean, I think at least is a stretch there, personally, but, you know, fair enough.
You know what? I'm going to spend a single luck point.
Uh-huh.
That's going to make it 4.
Okay. Fighters, do 3 more damage to your shields.
Ah!
They aren't going to stop that quickly. Either way, they are not going to stop that quickly.
Yeah.
It takes a minute for, you know, like not a literal minute, like a few seconds for an order like that.
Everything to get through.
Yeah. Yeah, if it was going to take a minute, your shield would definitely be gone by the time that happens. The main gun is also going to fire at you. That's another 1 hit on your shield. That was terrible.
2.
You've got 3 left. 3. The defensive gunners are going to fire at you. And 1 hit. Finally, a laser cannon actually made contact with your shield for more than about half a second.
Employ the stormtroopers.
One of them, no. It's like an actual laser weapon works. Like you have to focus it on the place for a period of time. One of them has actually seemed to have like figured out your instinctive patterns, Andy, a little bit, and been able to sort of predict and follow you. Either that or they just have great reactions. Either way is good. And that brings us round to Akakak.
So can I make it to the bridge and perform a medical check on?
No way.
Okay.
No way. Because you are Akakak, you can make it to the bridge.
Okay.
And then next turn you can do a medical check for free.
All right, I make it to the bridge.
You are running the length of your ship in like under 6 seconds, and only because you're Akakak.
Then I do that.
Yeah, absolutely. And that brings us back.
I get an action and a move on a turn, right?
You're doing a double move here.
Okay, gotcha.
Definitely. Like no doubt. I mean, the ship is at least 30 meters long minimum, and speed is 1 meter. Per speed. So you're going over 30 meters. I'm actually sort of bending. I'm bending
Space.
the rules because I think fine kind of it's not far off, and making it take 2 turns for you is a bit unfair. So I'm going with that. So you just basically leg it. You rush down that central passageway as fast as you can to get all the way to the bridge.
Mm-hmm.
The captains. What are you doing, Zora?
I am going to aid Akakak in. I'm going to roll charisma to aid Akakak so that when he makes this medical check, hopefully.
Wait, no.
No. That would help you in this case. Yes.
Okay.
Only engineering.
Yeah, because it's not engineering. Yeah.
Yeah.
That is 1, 2. It's only 2 successes.
Did you roll any ones?
No. Apparently these dice don't like ones.
You did now. You rolled 2 ones and no successes.
Can I use a luck point?
You can't use a luck point on a bad luck point, and I can't use a bad luck point on a luck point either.
That feels fair. I like that.
Yeah. So you rolled a moderate fumble. So what happens? I just love this narratively. Akakak, you will run onto the bridge in a moment. You will see Zora with her hand. The knife is still in James's neck. Your captain has literally murdered someone, and as far as you can see, your captain also killed Ysal because he's just been shot in the head, and there's a gun on the floor next to James. So as far as your conclusion, as far as you can tell, Zora just killed 2 people of your crew, or well, the rescuee and one of your crew, for no apparent reason, and seems incredibly blasé about it.
Is talking free?
Talking is going to be free, but you haven't walked in yet. I'm going to give you a second to think about it while I deal with the piloting. So we're back to the pilot. Where are you at?
1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. Come on. Am I still at a 9?
You are still at a 9. You're still at a 9. Things are not going well.
Oh God!
We might die, guys.
Might.
Yeah.
We died 6 minutes ago.
There's a drop. There's a pod. I might be able to escape.
There is an escape pod.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I'm taking the black box with me.
That honestly wasn't good, even if I wasn't at 9. 1.
Cool. You've got 1 defense. The fighters are going to open fire. See how they do. Oh, that's all right. 3 hits on your shield. Your shield is down.
So that's 1 hull
and you hear one hit the hull. 1 round hit the hull.
There went the shields.
It just scrapes it, but it doesn't do any damage, unfortunately for me. Their offensive gunner misses entirely because the captain was a bit distracted at the time and yelling, "No, keep firing," or something on their bridge. And the captain rolled a fumble. So, we are at Akakak now. You run on the bridge. Talking is a free action. Go.
Andy, advice.
Save the
default-
duck!
And there we go. I'm gonna do that.
Okay, roll me an intelligence and medicine. You use your medical kit, which you are carrying.
Zora just still like knife, just carrying on.
Yeah,
Um,
still standing there with a knife in
There's
the
an
dude's
important
neck.
file somewhere.
threshold 7, right?
Yeah. There's
Nothing.
Oh man.
No ones
Nothing.
either. No ones.
No, just nothing above a 7, no ones.
He's really hurt. He's been shot in the head. That's it's sort of, you don't quite know what to do when someone gets shot in the head. That's usually they're dead when they're shot in the head. So you're like, by the way, Ysal, you've probably taken 2 more health damage by now because I think a couple of turns have passed. That's the end of the second turn because Akakak immediately ran for the bridge. That was the first turn. He's just looked at you. Yeah, Akakak, you look at this and go, Andy, he's been shot in the head. I think he's dead.
Prognosis. He's dead.
Make him not dead!
Yeah. Medical, just fix him. We need him back up. I need to know what he knows.
That sounds like you are doing your captainy bonus to Akakak again. They are not ceasing fire. They are trying to blow you out of the sky still.
6 successes because I exploded on 3 dice, but 1-1. Just
Okay,
you've used up your what's
6.
it point of view? Yeah.
Very nice. Yeah, I've used my bad luck points now. I can't do anything to you, so you're good.
And Zora just puts out over the comms again once more to the glowworm. She says, "You've had your 6 seconds. If you've not made up your decision, it's going to be too late because, Dot gave you a warning and the message will be going out." And she is fully bluffing, but she kind of hopes that...
Charisma and persuasion, please.
I was hoping you weren't going to ask for that, but we'll go with it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're going to try and bluff someone. I'm going to make you roll for it.
I am going to spend a luck point. Did I need to roll the 2 dice, or is it just 2?
You usually roll first, see how you do, and then decide. And I don't have any bad luck points right now, so I can't do anything about that. So I'm not going to stop you.
I am going to spend a luck point anyway. That will be 5 successes.
Okay, right. I know what's going to happen. The fighters are going to fire at your comms system. Your antenna or whatever. Because they want to blow that off. And I'm afraid they have destroyed your comm system. Your antenna no longer exists.
Well, that was rude.
Valid comment, I think.
Zora's just like...
Pilot.
I'm whatever that file is, it's not going anywhere now.
Or you've got a short-range laser communication left. You've lost your large distance comms. Right. We are coming to the end of the session here. I do not believe that you are going to avoid your ship being blown up, and I think that it would be... I think all 3 of you who are conscious would be well aware of this fact. So what I suggest is we find out what you're doing as a result of knowing your ship is about to blow up.
I am of 2 minds. We can surrender and hope. We tell them that the 2 people who have whatever this thing is are dead. Or
one thing for Andy's benefit, because you would know this.
Yeah.
Remember, they are a Smirtios security cruiser firing on a Smirtios security search and rescue vehicle.
Yeah, it's not good. Yeah, it's unlikely.
They can't ever let anyone know that this happened.
Yeah. my other thought, because we're not going to get away. Maybe I can take him with us.
You want to ram?
Yep.
Okay. Are you going to say that out loud?
Yeah. Like those, I'm like, these are our options. We can surrender, guys, which is not going to fly, or I can ram them and try to, and maybe we take them with us, Captain.
The ships are approximately the same mass. I mean, you're a bit smaller, but there's not a lot in it.
Yeah.
And with your piloting skills, you probably know exactly where to hit their ship to have a good likelihood of destroying it.
Ram them? Try and hit their docking bay.
This is going to be an interesting boarding action. All right. Aye, aye, Captain.
Okay. That's a choice. Akakak, you become pretty aware the ship is about to blow up, but you have been told by the captain to try to save Ysol.
Can I jump in, having done some reading? Because I know my medkit's got medical intervention gel in it.
Yes. It's not really designed for being shot in the head. I'm going with narratively. Like, Akakak looks at this and goes, he's dead. It's a corpse. Why are you asking me to bring a corpse back to life?
Even would Akakak no, and just go, okay, and just apply some magic cream to...
What I'm saying is, if he were to apply the magic cream, it wouldn't work.
It wouldn't make any difference. No, just...
Like, he needs to do something more interventionalist.
Yeah.
Narratively speaking, you've been shot in the head. I rolled a 10 on the damage. You're in big trouble.
Fix it, Akakak.
You can roll an intelligence and medicine. You are rolling on 10s because you believe he is dead. You're trying to do everything you've been told, but you believe he is dead. There's suddenly water leaking out everywhere as well as blood. Well, it's a water-filled suit, right? Salt water everywhere. Yeah. Not going to do any good for the circuitry. Tell you that for free. You remember to roll your extra 6 dice, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to spend a luck point, but we don't need you. How many bad luck points do you have right now?
1.
You have 1? I'm not giving you 2. That's 1 success.
You are not making progress with the dead body. He's dead.
Flapping the arms up and down.
You are very, very sure that he's very dead.
He is an ex-squid. He has ceased to be.
Yes, he's fallen off his perch, you might say. Wiring him back on it won't help.
All right.
Andy, you're going to try and collide with their docking bay.
Yeah.
For the record, Andy, you do not believe that you're just going to end up rammed in their ship. It's probably going to destroy your ship. And you do not believe that it is going to leave you the opportunity to run onto theirs.
Yeah. Yeah. I think for the yeah.
You mentioned a boarding action. That's why I'm asking. You could try and slow your relative speed and try and scrape in or whatever, and try and dodge.
No,
that's quite different.
In better times, Captain, that might have been a good idea. Right now, I gotta go for the engine. I gotta go for the reactor. And I'm just gonna flip the comms back on. So, y'all's is some sons of bitches, and something. You ain't taking the skies from me. Let's go.
Like at least on the wind, yeah. Zora, I assume you're running from the escape pod.
Yes, but I want to take Yarsil or James with me.
Ysal is going to be lighter, but you are not very strong.
I want to take Yarsil with me. I don't know what he's got, I don't know what Yarsil's got in his head, but
you would
important question.
Give me 1 second. You will not be able to access what's in his head.
I appreciate that.
Without him alive. Like, no one has ever succeeded. the generally considered the smartest guy in the consortium, Elliot Dragon, the CEO of Open Technology, who make the implants and who designed the cranial implant, cannot do it.
Gosh darn it. Yasser,
So
why did
it's
you have to
quite
get shot in the
hard
head?
to get that information. It's quite hard to get that information. If you want to try and drag Ysal, you will roll a double strength and you will have to get 5 successes to move Ysal to the escape pod, and it will certainly slow your exit.
Yeah, Zora's going to leg it to the escape pod.
I thought you might.
Coward!
If she can take the black box with her, she will. But I'm assuming it's like buried and probably
It's
inaccessible.
buried in engineering somewhere, yeah. Andy, sorry, you had a question.
Yeah, am I back to 7s for this roll?
You are not. I mean, no. Yeah. I'm sticking you on 9s. There's too much distraction going on.
That's fine. That's fine. I had to check because I had some numbers there.
No, you know what? I take it back. You've resolved that you are going to do this, even if it means dying. No,
especially if it means dying.
I've changed my mind. I'm going to give you 7s.
Okay. In that case, it is 5 successes.
5. Okay.
If you have any remaining luck points, just spend them.
I only had the 1.
Yeah, Andy doesn't have
Andy's not a lucky guy.
Akakak,
clearly.
Akakak, what are you going to do? You see Zora run off. Andy's crashing the ship.
In the first action of the day that I am doing without being instructed, I'm going to walk over to Andy and I'm going to pat him on the back.
I love you too, buddy.
Ysal is lying dead on the floor. When Zora finally takes her knife out of James, he collapses to the floor as well. Akakak just stood there with your hand on Andy's shoulder as you hit the thing. Zora, roll me a double dexterity and roll it good. That's my advice.
No. Okay.
How many luck points do you have left?
I have 2 luck points because I've only spent 1.
You might need them.
Yep.
It didn't help me.
7's up.
Yes.
I am going to spend a luck point because I got 2 9s, so that's going to be 4 successes.
You might want to spend 2 luck points.
I'm going to spend 2 luck points, so that's 6 successes.
Yeah. Wow, GM advice. It's brilliant, isn't it?
Yeah.
6
just
successes.
Don't argue it.
5 is what I was looking for. So you basically just you realize what's about to happen. You run. You jump down the lift shaft because the lift's at the bottom, and it's got an open top. So you just jump down the lift shaft and run the other length of the ship. It takes about 20 seconds for Andy to crash the ship. You have just enough time to launch the escape pod. Zora, you better roll me a wits and engineering with your... No, you don't get your specialty because you're in combat. With Miracle Worker, because the escape pod doesn't want to launch because it's only got 2 days.
It's not got 7 days worth of air.
Doesn't want to launch.
I just realised that. Literally, you just said it. I was like, oh, yeah.
Yeah. But you are an environmental expert. You might be able to override it. You might even be able to survive 3 days.
4 successes.
2 days of air. You are able to launch the escape pod. You watch as the Cassandra collides with the glowworm's engines, and there's a huge explosion. Your escape pod is buffeted by the explosion and thrown clear. The 3 of you all end up as free floating particles. There's not much of you left, along with the crew of the glowworm.
I did it.
You're in an escape pod 3 days away from the nearest place with 2 days of air. What's your plan?
Keep broadcasting from the escape pod.
Because
the escape pod's got some sort of broadcasting capacity. They had been broadcasting full stop from where they were. Sorry,
What
say
are you
again.
going to record? What are you going to record?
This is Zora, formerly of the SAR Cassandra. There
Look,
has
you,
been.
not even in my death,
Say that again.
monster. Not even in my death do you respect the ship's name.
This is Zora, formerly of the Cassandi. There has been a catastrophic incident, and I am the only survivor. I am floating through space in an escape pod that unfortunately does not have enough air to reach a planet or any station. My coordinates are, sure, transport the coordinates, and please find me.
So your engines on the escape pod are working, so you give coordinates and course, so people can find you and intercept you. Coordinates, course, and speed, I should say, so they can find you. Why don't you roll me an intelligence and engineering with your specialist's specialty to try to fix the environmental systems to make that 2 days of air last 3 days. Rig up a scrubber, something. It is your area of expertise.
You fumble now.
Perhaps.
Yeah, right. This is all the dice as well.
I'm going to use my 3 bad luck points on you. I'm telling you now, because I have to balance the books.
So that's +2. That's +2 ones, -2 successes. What's the third one do?
No. It's -6 successes.
Ah.
And you gain ones if you go into negative successes as a result. So, does Zora survive? This is the question.
Xenomorph, who was sucked into space through a nearby open airlock, impacts the pod, breaks him for a snack.
No. The pod makes it to Ogmios Free Colony with a dead Zora inside who's suffocated if she doesn't make the roll.
But her ass is still fantastic when she arrives.
That's 9 successes -6, you said.
Yeah, so
Wow.
So
3
3 successes. She's
I
good at
think you're gonna
engineering,
make
and she exploded a few
I
dice.
think you're going to make it. I think you're going to make it to Ogmios Free Colony barely alive, but you're going to make it and land on Ogmios Free Colony and live to fight another day. Congratulations. You survived. Fair and square. Fair and square. Well done.
God
So,
damn.
there you go, everyone. I hope that was fun. It certainly had the dark edge that you guys asked for. And I have to say, I thoroughly enjoyed your renditions of these 4 characters. I've
Thank you.
Especially in combination, I think it was absolutely brilliant.
Thank you.
Like we've been playing these for a while.
Ysal and Zora would have been like really good on their own, but with Andy as like a comparison, absolutely brilliant. Akakak was just like played to a T. I've had a lot of fun. Thank you, all 3 of you.
Thank you
very
so
much
much
for running the game.
It was great to have you here.
Era of the Consortium.